right now.
And shalom, we out here once again giving all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Kadash. Today's date is February 22nd, 2020, year of prophecy. We're gonna get right into it. All right. I want to go into what I do is I put the list together. Sometimes when you're at the crib, put a list together and you never get into the scriptures. And that's I think I put this particular list maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. But I'm gonna go into it. And then we'll see. We already know what's going to happen. More precepts are going to come out. I might get 2 scriptures out of this. But this is based upon the word saints. So, Revelation 18, verse 20.
Revelations 18 and 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the heavenly Father hath avenged you on her. And
so that's talking about when, you know what, jump up to the 18th verse.
This is Revelation 18 and 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this
Who's
great
hotter? We are my friends. Me.
What are you talking? Well, you're a woman.
I'm hotter though, right?
You're a woman. You're a woman.
Oh.
All right,
you think we're going to say?
Yeah.
You're supposed to be.
Women will do anything for attention.
They're trying to make him jealous.
Yeah.
She saw the manliness over here.
Yeah.
You know? That's why she came the way she came, man.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Read that again. Read that from that what is that, 18th verse? Go ahead.
This is Revelations 18 and 18. And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city?
And we went through this before. We went through this more than once. This is talking about after America is destroyed. Go ahead.
And they cast dust upon their heads.
Now, they're not going to cast dust on their heads now because that's not the custom. The customs in the ancient world, when there was a great thing that happened, a great destruction, part of the mourning was you would put the clothes of mourning on, and you would take dust and you would put it on your head. You know, you even had prophets, if they would get mad, they would pull the beards out of their hairs out of their beard, you know? So now the only ones that'll put dust on their head, if there's some ancient culture that's still around, seeing it, but you talk about China, they're gonna see this place on fire, right? They're not gonna take no dust and put it on their head.
No.
Putting dust on your head represents what? It represents mourning. Yep. They're gonna mourn, and why they're gonna mourn? Because they're not gonna make no more money. Because America is the biggest consumer and credited nation that ever was set up. Go ahead.
And cried, weeping and wailing, saying, alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness.
Read that again, please.
Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea.
That's what they're saying. These other nations these producing nations that produce items that the American people consume. You know, that's why you got BJ's. Anywhere you go in New York or America, everybody has a area where they got a bunch of malls and shopping centers. You know, they got it situated where they got Targets over here, and right next to it is BJ's, and down the street from it is help me out. Then you got the food.
Target.
I just mentioned Target. You know, see, back in the day, you had to drive maybe a half an hour to go to a particular mall. Now the mall is like you can walk down to the mall.
You got outside malls.
But you got outside malls or shopping centers, man, where you pull in. You know, you got, like I said, you got your Target, and then maybe a block down or in that same area, you got BJ's and you got
and the BJ's got everything.
And right, and the BJ's got everything. Yeah, it's your one-stop shopping, right? So where do all those? Then you got your Models and you got your Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yep.
You know. And where does all this stuff come from? It comes from China, Taiwan, and Mexico, man.
Oh,
sweatshops.
The brother right there, he sent me a article where like every two, like what was that article, brother, you sent me? Like every week or 2 weeks, the trucks, if they don't come in, you know, it's like there's certain things that gets cut off if they don't come in, you know, like you know, you have water that comes in and food that comes in and gas that comes in, and if the trucks don't run for a couple of days, everything is disrupted, you know.
Yeah, the way what they say is when you go shopping at a supermarket, you really have only 3 days worth of stock in the market.
Yep.
So that's why the trucks come every 3 days. That's what, well, a lot of these supermarkets, the big supermarkets, you know, the super supermarkets, they'll close at a certain time, and guess what happens? The light to be on, you got guys stocking. That's all they do.
Yeah.
They come in there and they stock, you know? And then they got the trucks coming in every 3 days. So if there's a major truck strike, and the coronavirus is going to upset the whole planet Earth, man. You know? And then that's going to cause prices to go up.
Yeah, there's victims of the coronavirus in Italy right now.
Yeah.
Where they're shutting things down.
Yeah. Well, there's like 34, almost 40 cases in America.
Yeah.
Got a couple of cases in New York. All right, keep reading now. Read that again. Read it again.
Verse 19. And they cried, and they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich.
And that great city is America. How do we know that? When you go into the other scriptures and you put the scriptures together, precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
And that doesn't fit any other nation except for America.
Yeah,
all
because
these
they're
nations,
not pushing. They're not shit. Shit is not. At one time, everything was pretty much made in America, and it was shipped out to the world.
Yes.
And they were the biggest. How do you say?
Exporters?
Predator nation
Okay.
on the planet, and now they're the biggest debtor nation on the planet.
Con.
Everybody whips out a debit card or a credit card.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, because everybody brings they send their wares here to America. Remember, you used to bring us down to the wholesale district down in Lower Manhattan.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Now they got everything down there.
That's it.
You know,
That's right.
and that's why the Revelation 18 speaks about the different clothing and the
They all come from different countries and they come here to America. All right, go ahead.
Salaki, Pastor.
Go ahead.
It says, Alas, alas, that great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea.
So how did the Chinese become? People used to look down on the Chinese, right? Now the Chinese, they're living luxurious lifestyles because of what? The factories that they built, all right, and the products that they made, that they actually shipped out around the world, but mainly in America.
Okay.
Why? Because in America, the culture of America is get a job and see how fast you can spend that goddamn money, you know, or get credit. The reason why they set up credit was so what? If you didn't have no money, you whip out a credit card and you buy now, pay later, and then you max out your credit card, and then what happens is you max out the second credit card, and then they'll have on the commercials they'll have, we can fix your credit. Now why would you fix your credit? Because you fix your credit, so when you get your credit back, what are you gonna do? We're creatures of habit. You're gonna max out your cards again. That's why they set up credit card restored. Do you mean, oh, my credit is restored, so now I'm not gonna use it like I know? You're gonna max out your credit cards again. So this is a consumer-based nation, man. This is a debtor-based nation. Give me, you know what I want? Habakkuk 2. Habakkuk 2.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him and a taunting?
Start at 4.
All right, verse 4. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Whose soul? Esau's soul. Go ahead.
But the just shall live by his faith.
The just are the Israelites. Go ahead.
Yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud
And what
man.
does wine mean? It means philosophies, man. It means their philosophy. What is their philosophy? Their form of Christianity and their democracy. Go ahead.
He is
People are looking for an answer and voting for a Biden or a what's his old guy, the old Bernie Sanders or this guy. Like they're gonna get anything but Trump. And you got Jake, man. Jake is willing to vote for anybody as long as they can get Trump out of here, man. You know?
It's going to be any better.
Yeah, and he's not gonna be any better.
It'll
You
be
know?
worse.
It's the same shit.
Same
Different
shit.
toilet bowl.
We're the Israelites. We're the Israelites. Yep. All right, where we at? Go ahead, read that again,
says,
please.
"Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man."
Proud man, pride. Somebody give me Obadiah. Start
Yep.
from the top.
Yep. That's that eagle.
And see, the reason why you got these people, these Trump supporters, because he's showing how proud he is. Make America great again, you know? And we'll bomb the bastards. That's his attitude.
right.
And that's what Esau likes. But that pride is going to get you killed, man. It's going to get you destroyed. It's going to get you fired up, literally.
That's what got him to the
Because
point.
they don't think they're ever going to go down, man.
Come.
Oh, before you go to Obadiah, go to Psalms, what is that? Psalm 49, verse 11.
That's how they got to the point where they're at now.
That's when they got to the
Forceful,
point.
yeah.
So they figured they're never going to go down. Oh, also hold Isaiah 47 and 1.
That's
Whatever other
the,
precepts y'all got.
that's the legacy.
I know.
I got a-
Psalm 49:11.
I got a quick precept.
Okay, it sounds like you said Isaiah.
Job 40 and 12.
Go ahead.
Look on everyone that is proud and bring him low and tread down the wicked in their place.
The wicked are who? Esau. Go ahead.
Psalm chapter 49, verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places for all generations.
Yeah, so they don't think they're ever going to go down. They don't think they're ever going to go down. And that was the same attitude when they built the Tower of Babel. And by the way, when the angels came down to confound the language, they didn't give them different languages. They messed up the languages. You know how if you speak Spanish in America, you're Puerto Rican Spanish, the Dominican Spanish is totally different from the Puerto Rican Spanish. And the Mexican Spanish is different from the Cuban Spanish.
It's a dialect. They gave
The
them
dialect and
dialect.
even the words, you know, like cabron. Not cabron.
Yeah, that's the one. That's a good one.
That's a good one, but I'm thinking of another one. Vato.
Vato.
Vato is really not used. They understand it.
Right.
But
It means
vato is
homeboy.
used- Huh?
Back in Mexican, it's used as a homeboy.
A homeboy, yeah. Vato, like Vato Loco means crazy guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Now Puerto Rico would understand that if they around Mexicans and shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Like you said the word cabron, like among Ephraim, it means a guy that knows that his woman is cheating on him.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
doing
But
nothing
it
about
actually
it.
means but it also could mean a gentleman.
Right,
But
yeah.
the way you say it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. And among Issachar, it means like an asshole.
Yeah.
So
but,
it's just-
but cabron actually supposed to mean gentleman.
Con.
You know? So if you say it in a certain way,
Right.
you know, that cabron, he's an asshole, you know? Or cabron meaning he's a gentleman, you know?
Right.
So it's the way you say it and the way you form it out of your mouth. Go ahead.
Dialect.
Psalm 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all
Or
generations.
like even in English, toss the salads.
Yeah.
Toss the salad. And Esau, he's thinking about greens and shit and dressing,
Mixed
right?
salad.
But among Jake, it's talking about turning somebody out.
Well, the word gay used
The
to
word
mean
gay
happy.
used to mean happy. Yep.
'Cause in
Mixed
the-
salad.
Queer used to mean weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Because in the Flintstones thing, the song, you'll have a gay old
You
time.
can have a gay old time. It didn't mean nothing about being a homo.
Yeah, because that came out in the early 60s.
That's it. So that's the confounding of the languages, man. You know?
Babylon the Great.
Babylon the Great. Yep. Go ahead.
They call their lands after their own names.
That's what Esau did. Anything that Esau took over, what did he do? He renamed it, man. I was going into one video last night, the other day, maybe yesterday, where I was going into the fact that Istanbul, Turkey was Constantinople and it was also known as Byzantium. Right. So I read a little bit of it and it said Byzantium Oh, they say, you know what they said about the kingdom of the Byzantine, that they were Greeks. So we were speaking fluent Greek back then.
Yeah.
That was the language of Constantine and them. They were speaking Greek. You know? Go ahead.
That's something.
Go ahead, read on. Obadiah, go to Obadiah.
Obadiah, verse 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord of power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord.
Now, you can go to any college. You can go to any graduate school. You can go to Yale. You can go to the best, talk to the best historians. Not one of them will tell you that the Edomites. You go to a college, and we might just do that, man. Go to Yale or something and ask a historian, a professor, history professor at Yale, what's an Edomite? What happened to the Edomite? He's not going to know because they didn't teach him. How do you learn about the Edomites? You got to come. You got to come here, to learn what an Edomite is. And they'll tell you in a minute that they're not Edomites. Why? Because they wasn't taught that they were Edomites. Esau is very important in the scheme of things, man.
Prophet.
Esau just didn't disappear. They were here one day and all of a sudden they disappeared. The Edomites are written all throughout history. And they're back here again, man. The Most High is not going to build up a nation, an Edomite nation, and then all of a sudden just make it disappear one day. That don't make no fucking sense. Like Vocab said, oh, they just disappeared. Well, where did they disappear to?
Yeah.
When did they disappear? What event happened that made them disappear? Who was the last Edomite? You couldn't tell me that, man.
That's a good lesson. Who was the last?
Yeah, who was the last Edomite? Right. Well, if Vocab said the Edomites are gone, then who was the last Edomite?
Yeah.
There's got to be one last Edomite, and he croaked. In 1967. That was the last Edomite, man.
How did he die?
And he was an Arab.
Yeah. That's a very important part of the ministry.
That's a part of the ministry,
Yeah, how did he die?
See, that's a spirit. That's a spirit.
Yeah, that's the
That's a
demons.
spirit. The spirit jumped on that guy.
And them demons been.
Because we teaching hard, man.
Yeah.
I got a quick precept for you.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 4:16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit.
And at the end of the day, when there's an end of a people,
Oh, you had that one?
No, it's good.
Oh,
and when there's an end of a people, the end of the people is going to come up pursuant to the Most High. And even the scholars tell you that. Anybody got a Bible dictionary?
No, I don't
Nobody
have.
got a Bible dictionary? What's wrong with y'all?
So
I got one more if I may.
Who concerned about a Bible dictionary?
Oh, you know what? I think Elder Sakaran has one.
Does you have the Bible dictionary?
Yeah, I gotta I keep saying I gotta.
I
gotta
mean, I
order
have one. I actually have two
gotta
at the
order
house.
Somebody, whoever, you know what I want.
Yeah, I got a quick precept for you.
You notice that spirit jumped on that dude, That's an actual spirit talk. He wasn't talking, the spirit was talking to him, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes 3:14. I know that whatsoever the Most High doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken from it, and the Most High doeth it, that men should fear before him.
That's it. And he raised up one and lifted up one and bring down another. Give me that in Daniel 4.
I also got a precept for that.
That was.
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiastes 1:4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Now, if Esau is done away with, how are they going to be our slaves?
Right.
How are we going to gather them together and burn them in Obadiah, the first chapter? Huh? That's got to happen. For you to tell me that the Edomites, matter of fact, go ahead and read that in the Bible dictionary.
This is the Zondervan's Compact Bible Dictionary under Edom, page 142. It says, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic.
This is what these scholars came up with by research. All right, go ahead.
Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures.
In the what? In the prophetic scriptures.
Prophetic scriptures.
You got to know prophecy.
Right.
Vocab doesn't know prophecy.
Don't.
The Calvins, they don't believe in they dismiss the whole book of Revelation. John Calvin said we don't deal with the book of Revelation. And there was a good reason why. Go ahead.
In the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments.
Okay, if it was a great future judgment, when did it take place? Huh? When did it take place? Somebody go to Google and put in when was the how can you phrase it?
Edomites
when were the Edomites destroyed?
Got to be some evidence.
When did the Edomites? What date did the Edomites get destroyed?
Yeah, this is why this is such a thorn in Esau's side. You know.
No, but Esau knows.
God.
Yeah, they know.
The super elite knows, man.
Right.
Not the professors, not the Yale professors, not the historians, but the super elite. They know. Yeah. They know they know that they're the Edomites.
Oh yeah.
Ain't there like a article on the Rothschilds saying that they know that they're the Edomites?
Yeah,
Yep.
that was
Ross.
that interview.
They're the guy that they put to death. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot both the names.
Yeah. You used to always go into
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Ron Patton
Ron Patton. Yep.
interviewing Marion Knox.
Miriam Knox.
And I think Marion Knox was telling Ron Patton the Rothschilds know they're from the house of Esau, but they also believe they're of the house of Judah. So they believe at the same time.
You can't be of the house of Judah and the house of Edom at the same time. They're
No.
two completely different nations.
God.
What does it say in Genesis, what is that, 19? It says two nations and two people
Yeah.
shall be separated from
Separated.
thy bounds.
Yeah.
Wow.
So out of Esau, that's the new.
That's a
the new
combination,
Edomite.
Esau,
That's the
Edom,
new
yeah.
improved Edomite. Esau is one nation,
Yeah.
and Jacob is another nation. Eh?
Yeah. That's the main part of the story.
Also,
Well, that's the steak. That's the steak and
Potatoes.
the steak and potato. Eh?
also in the late 1800s, going into the 1900s, Esau married into the British throne. Because the
Right.
last queen
Yep.
Victoria.
to sit was Queen Victoria. Her line went back to Jacob.
Yep.
So Esau married in the British throne.
Which was Edward the Seventh, right?
Well, Edward VII came out of that.
Out of
union.
okay, so like
Out of that.
out of that union.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
because in order for them to take a rulership, they had to mingle among Jake.
Yeah.
Either destroy them or mingle with them, you know?
Yeah, the aristocracy.
Yep. So you got some of them that are actual Jake, man.
Yeah, some of them. Yeah,
Harry,
yeah.
Prince Harry might be a Jake,
He might be.
you know?
Might be. Yeah, because that chick Diana, she was stepping out. She wasn't.
Yeah. Yo,
She
no,
was-
she
you know,
was.
she
well,
wasn't
that's why
loyal
they
to
killed
Dumbo.
her. They killed her because she was pregnant with
Yeah,
Dofi Fayed.
yeah.
Because in the accident, they said she's in stable condition, she'll make it.
Right.
Then an hour later, they said, "Oh,
She
no,
died.
she just dropped dead." You know what
Right.
they did? They did a pregnancy test and said, "Oh, she's pregnant with that.
Yep.
She gonna have a sand nigga."
Yep.
Right.
And why you think they came up against Harry and Meghan Markle?
Right. They,
Because that baby's got nigger in it, man.
yeah.
You know,
There was sand in the womb.
that's it. Well, now there's nigger in that baby. Yeah, that baby got some nigger in it. You know. How you doing, brother?
I want to say, y'all.
I hear you.
I wish I did go.
I hear you. Where we at?
Spirits are active.
Oh yeah, man.
when
Anywhere we go, man.
Con.
You know.
They'll understand when that
Spurs
wall
know
of
where the
fire.
fuck we at. Go ahead. Yeah, go back to Obadiah.
That's what the other dude was walking
Obadiah
down the
chapter
street.
1.
Yeah, he didn't understand
verse
either.
1.
He didn't understand.
The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord power concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen.
That's Gamal Nasser. He called the Arab nations to come together and come against the so-called Jew.
Yep.
Go ahead.
We have heard a rumor from the Lord, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised.
Greatly hated. Go ahead. That's why there's so much turmoil going on over there in the Middle East, in the land of Israel. Them Arab nations want them out of there, man. And the reason why they're in power because the Israeli government have a great military, and that military was built up for the most part by the U.S. military,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
And they receive billions of dollars in aid. That's why it said in Jeremiah 49, the least of them shall draw them out.
Con.
So what's going to bring the United States and all those nations into the valley of Jehoshaphat? That
it.
little nation right there.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know, somebody get me Revelation 20, verse 7.
Yeah, the Bible also calls them the worst of the heathen.
The worst of the heathen.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 7. And when the 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
And what does the word Satan mean? People get all crazy about
Yeah,
Satan. The word Satan just means adversary. So read it right. Read it the way it should be written.
And when
Well,
the
not should be, but
yeah.
Go ahead.
And when the 1,000 years are expired, the adversary shall be loosed out of his prison.
The enemy shall be loosed out of his prison. So who is the enemy? Esau, when he was bound during the time of the Byzantine rulership, from 325 until almost at the end of the 1400s, to show you that the Most High don't deal with exact numbers. Didn't he say he was going to bound them for 1,000 years?
Yep.
Were they bound for 1,000 years? No, they were bound for really about 1,125 years.
Yeah.
Because when the Turks sacked Constantinople, that was 1453.
And I believe
Go ahead.
that's the same time in Spain, I believe, that they took Spain over.
They took
something like that.
down the Moors.
Or was that Rome? It
I
was
don't know
two
what you're
different.
talking
It was two different different times. Like with the 1453 thing.
Yeah.
I think Rome was also like another stronghold that they brought down. But I gotta do the
Well, I'm
research.
talking about the Turk. It was the Turkish, which were Edomites. The Turkish, they were the ones that sacked. The date that they sacked Constantinople, which is the capital of the Byzantine, so-called Byzantine Empire, was in 1453. So that was a major year.
You always talked about the Granada. Wasn't that
Granada,
the first?
that was
Spain.
That was Granada, Spain was the stronghold of Moors.
That was 1492.
A little bit before that.
That was one of the first that we lost, right?
Yep.
Granada.
Yep, Granada.
Yeah.
Granada. Yep. Go ahead.
It says,
So those Moors were nothing but Israelites that embraced Islam, but you have Moors that also knew they were Jews. You know, you have Moorish Jews. Moors just mean black.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock.
Who dwelt in the cliffs of the rock? You Edomites.
Yeah.
You made your first home in Mount Seir, which the Most High put you there. Matter of fact, give me that in Genesis, 36 and 8, I believe.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 36, verse 8.
You know, it started at the top. Keep
Genesis.
going is in the 8th verse. Go ahead.
36 verse 1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Esau took his wives of the daughters of Canaan, Ada, the daughter
Okay, beautiful. He took his wife and the daughter of Canaan. Now, what did his parents, Isaac and Rebekah, say? Don't lay with the Canaanites.
Yep.
Why did he lay with the Canaanites? Now, the scriptures didn't tell you that.
Right.
He lay with the Canaanites because the Canaanites were super dark.
Right.
The scriptures don't tell you that. But then why would he disobey his parents? Because he wanted to get that pigment back.
Yeah.
Because he looked weird. They were looking back then. Everybody was dark. You're looking at this guy. Oh, this motherfucker, man. He first came out red all over like a hairy garment. They called his name Wasted Away.
Yeah. Well, that was Cain. When Cain got that mark, Cain said, if anybody's seeing me, he's going to want to kill me. You know, that's what Cain said, right? And what was the mark? He got stripped of his pigment, just like Esau.
Well, down there in South Africa, they see white people with farms. If they were black, they wouldn't mess with them.
Right.
They see white people with a farm, they just kill them.
Oh, they killed, yeah.
They got this one video in Africa where these Africans, so-called black Africans, went to somebody's house and the wife and the husband was sleeping, and they both had guns under their goddamn pillow.
Yeah.
And as soon as they had this shit, they came. Why? Because they're on alert.
Yeah.
So that's the fulfillment of Cain. If they see me, they're going to kill me.
I got it for you.
Jake ain't doing that shit.
Nope.
Jake ain't going, hey, it says Judas in the hands is in the neck of his enemies, but they ain't doing that, man. They caressing the neck. They caressing the neck. But then the Most High, who shall rouse them up? You know, Genesis 49. Matter of fact, give me that. Genesis 49 and 10. Go ahead.
Quick precept for you. Genesis 4 and
I'm a little bit on fire.
Genesis 4 and 13.
You're a lot on fire.
That's a good thing. Genesis 4:13 and 14. And
I
Cain.
gotta get more into that Professor Irwin Corey story. You ever listen to him?
I know about him. I know about him.
He's a comedian.
Yeah.
Look like an Edomite.
He was in Car Wash.
That dude is funny. He
Yeah.
might be a Jake.
Yeah.
That's a funny dude, man.
He walks funny too.
And he even said that Moses,
Yeah.
the black Jew,
Oh, look
he
at
said
that.
that years ago, man.
You know who he reminds you of? Abe. Remember Abe?
Oh,
Years
yeah,
ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
Abe.
Abe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That goes way back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this guy Abe, we used to always battle with him.
Yep.
Crazy Abe.
Crazy Abe.
Hey, but he said that Elijah is Vespucian. From Ray Vespucian. He came back as Vespucian.
Oh man. Oh Lord.
Genesis 4:13 and 14. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Now in the movie they show he got an X on his forehead. Come on,
Now,
man.
come on, you can
How's that a
you can put it-
punishment?
Back then they wore turbans, man.
Yeah.
They had turbans,
Yeah.
they had headpieces, they
Yeah.
had fucking masks, hats.
Fucking liar. Esau, you're a liar, man. Genesis 4:13. And Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou
What was
hast...
the punishment? He turned him into a so-called white man.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Now, what does the word vagabond mean? It doesn't mean bum. It means a traveler.
Traveler.
That's why one of his sons that came out was Tubal Cain.
Yeah.
And Tubal Cain means a traveling weapon.
Yeah.
He was sent to the land of Nod. Nawad in the Hebrew means to wander.
The wanderer. He's a wanderer. Why you think he's over here? Now these scholars, these so-called scholars, that think they know the scriptures and history, they'll say, well, the Edomites are Arab. You know why they say the Arabs? Because they're going by the geographical land area. What you got to understand is that Fertile Crescent, you had people that went,
Came
the
from all
Israelites,
over,
they
yeah,
went
yeah.
all over the place. Man.
Yeah.
There were the Israelites were on the other side of the world in on the Americas before even Esau knew about the Americas, man.
Right.
Those are a lot of trading roads, a lot of roads that.
And they expand. They expand. You know.
Esau even show you that with the ocean currents. There's certain currents that go right around Africa, right up to the New World. So Esau knows. I'll finish this verse. Behold, thou hast driven me out from this day. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid.
So what does that mean? Some spacey sprocket Israelite will say, well, he wasn't on the earth no more. He was in outer space.
Yeah.
And then niggas will, but that's what they said. He wasn't on the earth. What does it mean by he push him out of the face of the earth? That means push him further out.
Right.
Where nobody dwells.
Right.
You know?
Into no man's land.
And
that's what no man's land is.
Okay.
In the ancient world, you had cities and you had a wall around the city or gates around the city.
Right.
And then in order for you to come into the city, you have to go to the gates, man.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And then they would have to pronounce you. You come to see King so-and-so.
Right.
This man come to see you. Yes, these are my guests. Let them come in.
Right.
And then it will be escorted in.
Right.
And if there was enemies to get them, they would fight for that guest.
Yep.
They would fight for that guest, man. You know?
Con.
Hey, even the Romans set up Trajan's Wall.
Well, that's where they got it from.
Con.
That's where they got it from.
The
man.
China, what's
And
that called?
the ancient world was different. Different.
Hadrian's Wall.
And like you, if you in New Jersey, right? If you in New Jersey and you come over to George Washington Bridge, you're gonna see a sign saying "Welcome to New York." And it would have its standard.
Yeah.
Excelsior.
You know, Excelsior.
Yeah.
Or if you would go from one town to another, it would say, welcome to the town of so-and-so, established in 1645 or whatever.
Right. The markers.
But now those represent the markers, right?
Yeah.
But in the ancient world, you actually had a great wall around it, and you had gates, and you had gods, you had warriors, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, like Jeremiah 14:2, the gates thereof languish.
Right, it's our
Being the
leadership.
city,
Represent our, it's parabolic for
city,
the leadership. Yep. You talking about actual gates? No, they were talking vocab. They were talking about actual gates. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof language, they are black unto the ground. The gates are black. Are you out your fucking mind, man?
Meaning back then they had cities with gates.
They had
They
cities with
use
gates.
it as a metaphor.
But a gate is a leadership.
Yeah.
Or Peter. Upon this rock I should build my church,
Right.
and the gates of hell shall not.
Not prevail,
Do you
yeah.
mean some gates are going to come out of hell? You know, some gates are going to come out, fiery gates, and fly around?
With Vincent Price and the Hounds of Hell.
What the fuck they talking about, man?
That's right.
And with Vincent Price and the Hounds of Hell. Remember? The Hounds of Hell. We can't forget the Hounds of
And
Hell.
when you read these scriptures and you think about it, you fucking get mad.
Yeah,
man.
you
Yeah.
get mad. You get mad.
And it makes you animated.
Yeah,
That's
You know?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Well, we're supposed to be animated.
And all you got to do is go to any scripture,
Lively
go to the
stones.
commentary, and read the commentary and say, what the fuck is this nigga talking about?
Right,
man?
right,
What the
right,
hell is it? This motherfucker don't know the scriptures.
right.
Scriptures are plain.
The scriptures are plain. Go ahead, huh?
This is Psalm 78,
That's right,
verse
that's
2.
right.
I will open my mouth in a parable. I will utter dark sayings of old.
It's beautiful. Our other dark sayings are old. In a parable, what is a parable? You look up the word parable, it means, if I'm
Speech.
talking about a car, I might be really talking about a woman.
Con.
Right.
Or if
And it's
I'm,
speech.
and the way they make cars, they give cars curves.
Right.
Like a woman you attracted to a woman because of the curve she got.
Yeah.
And you were attracted to a particular car because of the curve that it got.
Because the ride, the ride, like
Well,
they'll tell you, the
ride
Cadillac
of the woman.
ride's better than
If she got
you
nice
know,
curves, if she got nice curves,
You ride
you're gonna
her.
get a nice ride.
you're gonna get a nice ride.
You're gonna get.
Like Mercedes, boy. We were talking about that earlier. Mercedes, boy.
Well, she wanted that.
Do you want to ride
she
in
said,
my
"Do you wanna ride in
Mercedes?"
my Mercedes?
She talking about her body.
That's talking about sex.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to get with me? You know,
Tell
I got
me
these
what you
nice,
gonna
I got these nice curves.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you want to ride it? You know?
Yeah.
I'm a Mercedes. You want to
Yeah,
ride?
yeah.
Make sure you got some brakes.
Yeah. That's,
Pump the brakes.
go ahead.
I'm gonna finish.
Hey, like
Genesis.
in Spanish, they got a term called tantas curvas y yo sin frenos. All these
frenos,
curves and me without brakes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You know?
Oh, slippery when wet.
Okay, yeah. Jake can say shit in these so-called rap songs,
Yeah.
and regular like a motherfucker that lived. He's like 82. What the fuck is this guy talking about? You don't understand the language, man.
Right.
You know,
Well, that's how we talk. We talk in metaphors.
Talking
We're
metaphors.
people that talk in metaphors.
talking metaphor. And Esau uses the hell out of it, man.
Yep.
You know, years later, news people use this term, man. They'll
Yep.
use those terms that Jake came up with, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Back in the day, Jake used to call it jive. He said, "Do you speak jive?"
Yep.
They showed you that in the movie Airplane.
Yeah, with the old Edomite.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
said, "Excuse
Barbara
me."
Billingsley. Yeah.
I speak jive.
I speak
And
jive.
she was speaking jive.
Oh, she was getting down. She was
Yeah.
getting down. She might have been Jake.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
might have been Jake.
That's the great granddaughter of the kid in the video.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Was that she was from the
Leave it to Beaver.
Oh, Leave
She
It to
played
Beaver,
the
Salah.
mother for
Okay,
Leave It to
yeah.
Beaver.
Because a lot of them Edomites, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, the video that did it, a couple of guys one guy put a comment. He put a whole bunch of basketball players. He mentioned, who did he mention? He mentioned Larry Bird. He mentioned,
Oh, I saw that coming.
he mentioned Jason Williams, but he mentioned, what's this guy came out of the Hoosiers?
White chocolate. Some guy named White chocolate.
Not Jerry West. Nah, man, he was a coach. He was a great coach. Patrick.
You talking about from the Lakers?
No, and I believe it was
Yeah,
Pat
he was like one of them jazzy Edomite looking dudes from that was
I
coaching the
forget
LA
name, but I
Lakers.
know, the name
Pat
is-
O'Reilly or Pat
right, I
O'Neal
believe
or
it was
something like
him.
that.
He got the black hair, real skinny.
Yeah, con.
So I started watching. I knew they were all Jake. So he said, "Do you mean to tell me Larry Bird is a Jake? You mean to tell me Pat O'Reilly is a Jake?" So I started
course.
watching the videos, which I saw them before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Pat Riley. That dude's a Jake, man.
Yeah.
That motherfucker's doing shit. You know, he
Yeah.
come down, he do shit on. I said, that's not but Jake.
Yeah.
Right? Yep. I didn't watch all of them and shit. Then I started watching Elijah one. Hakeem
Elijah one. Oh, yeah.
He ain't nothing but a Jake.
Right.
When he talks, he sounds like a Hamite because he's from Africa, but he ain't nothing but a Jake, man.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the actual coach of the LA Lakers back in the day.
That wasn't Pat Riley. That was
What was his name?
he was one of them. But
He had to be a Jake. He was kind of jazzy.
I believe he was. Yeah. It depends on the year.
Yeah, that was like back
Ronnie
in
was
the
the coach for
'80s.
the Knicks, right? Ronnie was the coach for the Knicks.
He had like a brownish kind of dark hair.
Now we got it. We got it.
That's back in the days, brother. That's before your
But
time.
all those Edomites that the guy mentioned, that whether they were Edomites, they were Jake.
Yeah.
All you got to do is look at Jake.
Yeah.
Like somebody made a comment. So that's the new thing now, you GMS guys. You look at a guy based upon the way he dances and sings.
Yeah.
He's an Israelite. Yes!
You can't fake
Part of our
that.
culture, man.
If
Singing
somebody
and
can
dancing.
tell he look like a white boy, but he got hella rhythm
Yeah.
Yeah.
or whatever.
They got this one Edomite looking guy. He's actually dunking. I'm talking about jumping over people, jumping over cars, dunking behind his back, doing all. That ain't no white boy. He looked like a white boy, but he's a Jake.
That's right.
And I mean he don't dunk like, okay, you know, he just barely get
Well,
over
the
the rim.
big thing that the All-Star game, the weekend. What's the big thing about the All? What do people look forward to seeing in the All-Star? The slam dunk contest, man.
Yeah.
That determines your greatness. Back when I'm getting all into the basketball thing, we'll get back into the scriptures. This guy that just died in a helicopter, Kobe, he was like, what is it, 1 year out of high school? He wasn't supposed to win that, and he won that, man.
Yeah.
When he was 18 years old. You good, but you ain't good enough that you can win it. And he won it.
Yeah.
You know, and that established you. If you win the slam dunk, the dunk contest, you know, in the All-Star game, that means that they determine this motherfucker, this is a bad dude. Man.
That's the salt.
That's the salt.
Yeah.
That's the salt, man.
You know, can I read this possible?
Go ahead. And
Romans.
this right here, first of all, look, the thing that we do in sports, we take it to the next level. We take it
Yeah.
That's the
beyond,
salt. That's the
beyond,
salt.
above and beyond. That's why back in the day, you go back to the 60s and the 50s, you had all Edomites because Jake was blocked out of it.
Yeah.
But they slowly started putting Jake in there.
Right.
And Jake was just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Above and beyond.
Above and beyond, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's what salt does for
It's
food,
not
right?
just about getting points.
Yeah.
It's about how you get the points, man.
Right.
Con.
You can cook two different dishes if you don't put salt in it. You know, the one's gonna taste like
But
shit.
that's
The
what
other one,
salt
you know.
does. Salt takes food to the next
Yeah.
level, don't it? Ain't that what it does?
Yeah.
I got a
And the
precept for
little
you.
baby, you know? In
Yeah.
the next
Yeah.
class, we're gonna get paid.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Hey, brother, I had to keep
Attitude.
watching that shit.
Attitude,
And I said,
yeah.
man, that's a Jake. That's a little Jake right there, man.
Quick precept for you. Matthew 5:13. Ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing,
Yep.
but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men.
Yep.
Now the next verse is bad. Ye are the light of the world. A city that's set on a hill cannot be hid.
Hey,
So an
that's
Israelite can't be hid,
hold
man.
on. We're gonna have to read that again. We
Yeah.
have to read that again. Why do you think everybody's talking about the Israelites, man? Just
Right.
off of YouTube.
Right.
And this happens a lot with Sakari out there in California, because you got a lot of Edomites out there. Your Edomites are always coming up
Right.
to the camp. They used to do that to us back on the 34th Street, man.
Right.
And they wish they knew where we was at.
Right.
They be coming every fucking week, man.
Right.
I ain't got no time to be arguing the same argument with an Edomite, man.
That's right. That's
Because
right.
Esau's trying to get it. You see, Esau knows.
Yeah, they know.
Esau knows. Give me that in Isaiah. What is that? Isaiah 1. The ox knows his owner.
Sure.
But at the next verse it says that if I had sent you to another nation, they would have
come.
listened.
Yep.
Well, that's Esau.
Can I read
That's
this
why
about-
Esau comes up.
Can I read this?
He's looking for a way in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, a vocab.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
Agrippa, you know,
Yep.
Lord, Paul said, I wish that you and others could be. So Esau, see,
He's trying to sneak in.
vocab, if he can get one Edomite up in there,
Yep.
that means every Edomite can get up in there. But guess what? Not one Edomite is going to make it.
That's right.
Cut off.
So the only thing you can do is hope that you're not an Edomite. And I even told vocab, I said, well, you of German descent, but guess what? You had a lot of Israelites
In Germany.
that took over Germany, man.
Right.
The word Germany comes from the word Germain, which is the original, man.
Right.
So we made Germany great.
Con.
So you might be a Jake.
Could be.
You better hope you a motherfucking
Yeah,
Jake.
better hope. And
You better hope that.
stop coming against us.
Go ahead.
Get on the side.
Hosea 5:3. I know Ephraim and Israel is not hid from me.
That's it.
So wherever Israel is at.
That's it.
Well, James said the same thing. Known to the Most High from the beginning are all the works of his creation. Wherefore my sentences we trouble not them from among the Gentiles that turn unto the Lord. Why? Because they were Israelites. So don't trouble them. Leave them alone. That's what James was saying.
Well, that's what these guys are doing now. They're
That's what
troubling
they're doing now.
The Israelites out there that might look like other nations. They're troubling.
That's what Zabak did when that Korean dude came
Yeah.
up and said he wanted. Look, I taught my kids this Bible, and he was, had that
Man,
flavor.
look, you gotta watch, man. You gotta watch all them groups. They got all them groups coming out of Korea. The little girl groups and little boy groups. They got the moves like Jake. They sound
Yep.
like Jake.
Break dancing.
Them fucking, they dance like Jake.
Yep.
Your job, yeah.
Some of them cats, they.
Hey, what is this guy that made Gangnam Style?
Oh, yeah.
He was on the horse doing like.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
who did he recruit? He got fucking what's his name? MC Hammer.
Look at that.
You know?
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
this dude was getting down, man.
Yeah, that's right.
He was getting down.
Forgot it.
So you mean to tell me there ain't no Jakes down there in South Korea or North Korea?
Oh, plenty.
Don't
of
you
Jakes
know
there.
you had the Korean conflict down there?
Yeah, Jake went over there to fight in Korea.
And they left their
right.
they left their seed down
1950.
there. When Jake go any goddamn where, if I'm going to fucking Vietnam or
They live in
fucking
that seed,
Korea,
man.
and R&R, they give me R&R. What am I gonna do in R&R?
Right.
Yeah.
Play video games?
Right.
I'm trying to get some pussy, man.
That's
Yeah.
it. Say
If it's Chinese pussy, I can
Yeah.
get. Whatever
That's
kind
it.
of pussy I can get.
Right.
What about
Whatever's
Sicily?
available.
right.
Oh, what about Sicily, man?
Sicily, when
That's it.
when Jakes went to Sicily, they tell you that in the movie, True
the-
Romance.
yeah, right,
they
right,
did
right.
so much fucking.
Yeah.
Jake likes to have sex.
Yeah.
Especially, go to the law. Deuteronomy, what's that? Deuteronomy 21.
Hey,
The reason why the Most High put that law together, because that's what Jake did. But
what
that's
they
what
did.
all the nations did. When they went down there, they wanted to see where the women at. Where the women at?
Yeah,
you know?
where the honey's at.
That's the first thing Jake want to do. Jake want to eat. Jake want to talk shit. And he want to eat some more.
right.
And then he want to have sex.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? And he want to watch TV. What does Jake do in an average day?
Yeah.
He want to eat. He want to talk shit. He want to have sex. He want to watch TV.
You want to chill.
He want to chill with the dudes
Con.
on the corner. But he want to have later that night. When I was a young man, you know, you hanging out and you thinking about what you're gonna do to your girlie later that night.
That's
man.
right. That's right.
Oh yeah, when I get, you know, you be when I get, you know,
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you
you know
want
what
to spread
proved
that
that?
love.
that's it.
I don't know if they still have it. Back in the day, you had Kiss FM. They're around 7 o'clock at night. What they have? The Quiet Storm. Or was that BLS?
It was BLS.
BLS was the Quiet Storm, right? Okay,
Quiet
okay, yeah.
WLS had Quiet Storm, and then
Kiss had
Kiss FM had
something
When
where they slow it down.
Yeah.
But
Right.
BLS started.
They
And
slow it.
they would play that song. That shit was out when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This guy,
Back to music.
Yeah.
what's his name?
Hey, well,
What's his
this
name?
whole
What's his
truth is the
name?
music.
He sung the Tears of a Clown.
Oh,
Smoking.
Yeah,
Quiet
he did
Storm.
Quiet Storm. I got
Yeah.
the album at home.
yeah.
That's a bad tune.
I ain't getting it. I already
Quiet
caught it.
Storm.
That's a bad tune.
And that's a cut.
Bad tune.
Yeah, how you think some of y'all was born, man?
That's it.
You know, shit.
Baby making music. Baby. You almost spit my teeth. That was a good one.
Hey man, there's a lot of songs out there that and this happened to me.
It's been done to me.
It's done to me.
Oh, yeah,
Hey, you
sure.
break up with a chick that you into and shit, and then y'all have your favorite song. Then
Yeah.
a couple days later, that song played, and then you,
Oh, yeah.
you call in, hey, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
Do something. Well, we don't got, we just going out to eat.
Yeah.
I'm over you.
Yeah. That's
And
right.
then you go,
That's right.
And one chick, we broke up, but we was gonna go to Mexico years ago, back in the 80s.
Current.
So she said, we still going to Mexico. I said, no, we ain't going to Mexico. I said, I'm not dealing with you no more. We ain't going to no motherfucking Mexico. She said, let's go to Mexico anyway. I said, what the fuck I'm going to Mexico for? I ain't getting nothing in Mexico.
Right.
Well, let's go anyway. And guess what happened? We wound up having sex and got back together.
Oh,
But you have certain songs that you listen to,
Yeah, nostalgia.
and she miss you and you miss her. You call her and shit,
Yep.
and then y'all get back together off of that song.
That's
You
right.
know?
That's right.
Hey,
So
man.
that is a baby making music.
Yeah. It's the way of the world.
Go ahead.
He said it's the weird.
That's how shit, you know, goes, you know.
Oh yeah.
the way you
That's
said
it. That's it. That's it. Yep.
I mean, not in the, you know, negative.
there's a Proverbs chapter 5, verse 16. It goes to 19.
I made a mixtape called Panty Dropping.
Oh yeah, years ago.
I made a panty drop and a panty drop. Hey brother, if I had that cassette, brother, if you don't get no tang from that, there's something wrong with you.
You got to step up your game, son.
Well, I mean, there ain't that much stepping up in the world. That particular tape.
No, I'm saying if you can't.
Yeah, but you got that tape, brother?
Yeah.
You know?
It'll help your game.
Go ahead.
Proverbs 5, verse 16. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own, and not strangers with thee.
That's it.
Let thy fountain be blessed, and rejoice with the wife of thy youth. Let her be as a loving hind in pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy. Let her be as a loving. Let her be as a loving hind in pleasant roe. Let her breast satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love.
Now, what does the word ravish mean?
Rape.
It means to rape.
Rape.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, when you just lose it, you know?
But you got certain niggas, they hear that word, brother, they
they cringe.
They jump out of their goddamn skin.
Yeah, you know, you see a man and a woman get together, they ain't seeing each other for a while, and they get to slapping and grabbing and throwing and, you know, and hurting each other, but
Well, it's a
in
war.
passion.
Really, sex is a war.
Yeah.
Because check it out. Love is like a battlefield. Hey, because check it out. The man's.
We are strong.
Yep. Hey, the man's rod is a sword.
Yeah.
The woman's vagina is a sheath.
Sheath. Yep.
Now in Latin it's vagina, which means sheath.
Yeah.
So you put your sword in the
Vagina.
sheath.
Right, well,
Yeah.
vagina.
Yeah, vagina. Yeah.
Vagina.
Yeah. That's why it helps to know those words. A lot of you Israelites, you don't want to get into these other words.
That's it.
That's why you don't have the oil, man.
And the word sex means to cut.
Cut.
And when is the only time you can have sex?
As a
woman
virgin.
is a
When
virgin.
you got
When the woman's a virgin.
That's the only time you can have sex.
Yeah.
So you only get sex once
Once.
in your life. That's
Once.
for the first time.
No, not 3 times like
Yeah.
you know, he said you can only get 3 good ones in your life.
Well, you get two in your life, your first and your last. But unless your last is a virgin.
Yeah. Oh, King David had a
Well,
At-
that was a
at the
virgin.
end,
That was a
yeah.
virgin. Yep. Your first and your last.
con.
You know. But let's not talk on that. Brothers get
Yeah.
Brothers turn to fucking woman. Go ahead.
Unbelievable.
30, verse 18. They'd be
The ancient world was different, man.
Yeah, that's true.
The fucking ancient world was different.
That's
The
it.
things that they did in the ancient world, back in the ancient world, if they did it now, you look at that guy like he's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The ancient world was different.
Different. It was different. Yeah.
That's what it's good to speak about
You get in
becoming.
America too goddamn long,
Yeah,
man.
man.
You got to become a new man.
Well, that's what
You know, the new man has a new mind.
What was it saying? The scripture seek ye the old path.
Gone. Oh, Jeremiah 6. Yeah. That's a back scripture. Yeah.
precept, Colossians 3 and 10, it says, Colossians 3 and 10, and have put on.
Notice when this topic comes out.
Yeah, come on. Colossians 3 and 10, and have put on the new man, which is renewed in knowledge after the image of him that created him.
Yeah, you're supposed to put off that old man. You know, the old man thought different.
When Elijah was prophesied to come, what was his job? To take the fathers, to return them back to the children,
Right.
and the children to the father.
Yep.
What did that mean? To show them that they were Israelites.
Yep.
Because the men that he went to that didn't know that they were Israelites, he showed them that they were Israelites.
Gone.
And they showed us that we were Israelites.
Come on.
Yeah.
So that's the old ways. So once you come back to the old ways is also the law.
Yeah.
Precept.
Go
Gotcha.
ahead.
Because Jake lost the way before.
Yep.
Right. Jeremiah
You know?
17 and 4.
Gone.
That's why these
Stop it impossible.
Kemetic people, all them guys that talk about Africa and the whole tep until you're
Yeah.
blue in the fucking face. If you really believe in that Hamitic shit, go back to Africa, motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's it.
Go back to Africa. Because guess what? We're gonna go back to Israel, man.
Right.
Okay, at the end of the day, you
Gone.
might say, well, why don't you go now? Because is anybody talking about the Israelites over there in Israel today? No.
Nope.
They ain't important. People are watching, they ain't watching no YouTube videos of Ben Ami and his crew. Ain't nobody watching that shit.
Gone.
No.
You know, people watching the Israelites the one Westers, man.
Con.
Yeah.
That's right, Apostle.
And the reason why we're here is because we're here to condemn this place.
That's right. We're the prophets.
All right.
And nobody out there is talking about them Hamitic guys, them so-called conscious dudes.
Like I said, every 20 years that motherfucker pop up, man. That shit pop. The dashikis come out.
Yeah.
They put my dashiki on.
Yeah.
They put my plastic Afro pick on my head.
Wakanda. Yeah.
Black Fist and all that.
And then the motherfucker dies.
Yeah, all that
And
bullshit.
20 years later, it creeps back up again, man.
Yeah.
Look, this Hebrew Israelite thing been going strong for years, man.
This is the real threat.
This is the real threat.
Yeah.
That's why Esau
And that's what the
man.
scriptures speak about, you know,
You're not
that
concerned about the fucking Moors.
No.
Con. That's why it says, you know, to give them hell until they bring it to the gates of the nobles.
That's where
Because
it's going,
them motherfuckers been out there for the longest. Ain't nobody talking about them and bringing them up.
Ain't nobody taking their black asses back to Africa, man.
That's right.
Ain't nobody going back to Africa.
Con.
Yeah.
They might take a trip over there. I went to Africa 50 times. Well, why don't you stay your black
don't you
ass
stay
over
over
there,
there?
man?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stay
like,
over there for 50 years, man.
like my man Philip Scott. You got that show, the Philip Scott show, the big Jake from Houston.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
always going to Africa,
But he always brings his ass
but he
back.
always comes back here. So why don't you just get lost in Africa, man?
Get lost in Africa. Yep. Which
I
they're
mean,
not
I
gonna
watch
do.
his show. His
Which
show
they're
is
not
good.
Which they're not gonna do.
Yeah, he has good topics, Philip Scott.
Oh, I know.
The
who you're
advice
talking
show.
about. I know
The
who you're
advice
talking
show.
about. Advice show.
Yeah, he has good topics.
Yeah.
He, you know, I'm not knocking
Well,
the
he
guy,
knows that
but
he's an Israelite.
he knows.
You know,
Yeah,
he had a Zabak on one of his shows.
right,
You know?
right. But he's always talking about Africa, but he always comes back here.
Oh, this nigga,
always comes back to
that looked
Houston.
like the nigga that looked like Bonnie Rubber.
Yeah.
What's his name? Martin. What's his name? He got the talk show.
Oh, talking about Star? You ain't talking about Star, right?
No. Something. Roland Martin.
Roland Martin. Oh, okay.
Last night he was doing it with a Hamitic garment on, a Hamitic hat,
Yeah.
a robe.
Yeah.
He's always talking about Africa and shit.
That-
But he went to Africa. He went to Ghana. And he brought the camera crew out there. But guess what? He brought his black ass, little narrow ass back to
here.
America, man.
They're trying to revive that shit. It ain't
That shit
working.
ain't working, man. We're Israelites, man.
Right.
You got too many Jakes. Floyd Mayweather said, we're the Jews. Black people are Jews. And then the Ephraimite dude that's on the that show, the Drink Champs, the Ephraimite dude, he said, you mean the Israelites? You mean the Israelites?
Oh, right.
Noriega?
Noriega.
Noriega. He said, you mean the Israelites, man?
This is what's sparking problems. This is what this Israelite thing is what's really getting people stirred up.
This is what popping.
You know, that whole shit about going back to Africa, there ain't nobody getting offended about that. They're getting offended about the Israelites because the so-called white man was taught that they were the fucking gods of the earth, and they ain't fucking nothing.
Yep, they're being
You know,
exposed. Well,
ain't
they're being
nobody.
exposed.
I'm Shalaki Apostle.
No, they're being exposed. To back you up, they're being
Ahmed
exposed.
Ryan never came out the fucking sky saving no goddamn body.
Yeah,
All you Jake getting your ass whipped, getting dogs sucked on you, we're fucking on the raw at, you know?
Yeah. He didn't save Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, that right.
When Wesley Snipes named this company, he got that tax evasion. He was getting nervous, man.
What's the dog king?
Osiris, the dog star?
Yeah, but there's an Egyptian name. Anubis.
Anubis,
Didn't come down. Anubis didn't come jump down and say, I'm gonna save you.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah. Because all that shit
There
is
ain't no fucking
bullshit.
such place as fucking no goddamn Wakanda.
Wakanda. that's
Shambhala.
That shit is made up by Edomite.
Or Shambhala.
And
Right.
Shambhala.
Yeah, and that's another thing, Apostle. All that shit that these guys are pushing on this Egyptology shit goes back to Esau. They're the experts on this
took it
shit.
Tell you
That's
brought
where
that
they got
out.
it
You
from.
brought that
Let
out.
me
You
bring
brought
out
that out.
this
Yeah.
book was written by a so-called Jew. I got this other book about Egypt and this Pharaoh.
Yeah,
Who wrote
Champion
it?
Champion
A so-called Jew.
Right.
You brought out the guy, Champion
Champion
Long,
And
the French
reason
guy.
why did they go over there in the first place?
Right.
Because they were Christian/Masons,
Gun.
and then while they were digging up the Christian, the Hebrew Israelites
Gun,
stuff,
gun,
they
gun.
were- they were finding Egyptian shit.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Champion Long, yeah. What's his first? I forgot his first name. You brought that out. You brought that
It's in
information.
that book I got.
Can't think of it.
Go ahead.
You said about teaching.
Oh, I'm sorry. When they broke down the hieroglyphs, they went to the Rosetta Stone.
Rosetta Stone,
Now,
yeah.
how did they break down the hieroglyphs? Because the Rosetta Stone You had Demontic,
Yep, which was
then you had Greek, and
Yep.
then you had hieroglyphs. So if you understood Greek,
right.
you can break down the hieroglyphs.
Right.
But at the same time, they knew that the Hebrew was Ba, Ga, because they dug that up too.
Yeah, right.
Give me Jeremiah 8:1.
You went into the
I did a video on the Russian
language.
Up
Yep.
Russian dude with his woman,
Con.
and she was trying to learn Russian,
Right.
and she did the alphabet, and in my mind I said, oh shit, that's
Hebrew.
a Hebrew alphabet.
Yeah.
Man.
Check that out.
Then there was this other video I saw, a TV show with some other language, and they said, well, you know, this language is based upon the Hebrew. And so I'm looking at, and I did the video, and when they got down to Shah, it was the actual Shah. And the Russian guy said Shah, and the first letter of the alphabet was Ah. You know?
Yeah, Pastor, because I don't know if it's on Netflix or on Amazon Prime. There's a documentary and it was going into Russia or whatever. They had mentioned that was that Tsar Nicholas, that his grandmother was Jake, because she went back to the Byzantine Empire.
Of course, that's where they came from.
Yeah, they
that's
all
where
came
from.
from.
That's where they came from.
So
you got the Byzantine Empire,
right.
Where Constantinople is, and you had north of that, northeast of that, you had Russia.
Yep.
That's
the majority of them, the majority of the original.
a lot of those Russians are Jake.
Jake,
Man.
they were
A lot of those Russians are Jake. A lot of those Edomites in France are Jake.
Well, Pushkin, he was supposed to be Jake. Alexander Pushkin.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the Ottoman Turks that pushed
because he said if that Alexander Pushkin, he said that in the volume of books that he wrote that the Lord Yahushua was an actual black man, right? That's the same guy.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Is that the guy that did the Three Musketeers?
No, that you're talking about Alexander Dumas.
I'm sorry.
Dumas.
Sorry, I'm all messed up today.
Tried.
I'm all messed up.
History is so vast
Yeah.
that you can't even keep up with it. And I don't even try to.
Yeah.
I don't even try to, man.
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
I got Jeremiah 8:1 for you.
Go ahead.
Jeremiah 8:1.
Okay, can I read this?
You got it. Yeah.
Salaki. 2 Thessalonians 2:8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Salaki.
So how is he being revealed? He's being revealed that he's in the scriptures, that he's the Edomites, and that even the scholars say, read the Bible dictionary again.
This is on the Edom. It says, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of the great future judgment. See notably Isaiah 34:5 and 6 and Isaiah 63 and 1. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from God, from the Most High.
So when did that happen, Vocab? When did that take place?
Still waiting for you to tell us.
Somebody give me Obadiah. Go right to the 18th verse. Go right to the 18th verse.
One of you brothers got that?
Obadiah 1 and 18.
Start at 10.
Obadiah 1 and 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side, in the day that the strangers carried away.
Does anybody know where that is in your pocket? It's in, I think it's First Ezra. I believe it's First Ezra 4.
You know how it goes?
First Ezra.
I can look it up.
I don't know the actual saying, but it goes into how the Edomites helped the Babylonians. I believe it's First Ezra, the fourth chapter. Matter of fact, go to First Ezra 4 verse 1. See what that says.
This is First Ezra 4:1. It says, Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king began to say, O ye men, do not men excel?
No, that's not it. That's not it.
I got it.
You got it? Where was it at?
It's around the 44th.
Oh, the fourth chapter?
Yeah, the fourth chapter.
Good. I was close. Go ahead.
This is First Ezra 4. I'm going to start at verse 43. Then said he unto the king, Remember thy vow, which thou hast vowed to build Jerusalem in the day when thou camest to thy kingdom, and to send away all the vessels that were taken away out of Jerusalem, which Cyrus set apart when he vowed to destroy Babylon, and to send them again thither. And thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burned.
There you go. There you go. So that's historic, man. That's historic. Read that again, please.
Thou also hast vowed to build up the temple, which the Edomites burned when Judea was made desolate by the Chaldees.
The Chaldeans are the Babylonians. So now you're going to tell me that never happened? Oh, that's just in the Bible. That's a fairy tale book. That's an actual history. If you actually go to Google and you put the Edomites help sack Jerusalem by with the Babylonians, it'll tell you that, man.
Yeah.
You know?
They claim that they say that they don't accept the Apocrypha. Because I've actually heard him say
But
it.
they try to use the
But
Apocrypha.
this is the thing about the Apocrypha. That's we're reading out of history.
Right.
That's actual history, man.
Yeah.
And the Lord accepted the Apocrypha because He accepted the
Feast-
winter
feast of
Feast of
dedication.
dedication.
which is the
Hanukkah.
the Hanukkah.
How do you break that down without the Apocrypha? The Feast of Dedication.
There's nowhere in the Old Testament that speaks about the Feast of Dedication. Nowhere.
And then that bald-head dude, James, what's his name?
James White.
James White.
Yeah, he don't know.
He said it's never been canonized.
But
the
that
Apocrypha.
doesn't mean it.
What does that mean?
Well, hold up, but that doesn't make it not true.
Right.
Yeah,
History has never been canonized.
right.
Doesn't mean history, right?
Cut.
If you take out history,
Yeah.
you know.
Like, okay.
Oh, it tells you about the kingdom of Israel being taken down by the king of Assyria. When you go into the history, it gets more specific, and it says, the fifth.
Solomon
after the
Assyria.
fifth.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you that in the scriptures.
Right.
But it tells you that in history.
Right.
It identifies who the king is.
Which one? Yeah, which one? Yep.
Because it started with his father, the fourth.
He's also mentioned the Apocrypha. Charlemagne he carried the
mentioned
Nova.
the
Yeah.
Apocrypha. Yep.
But then in the history, it gives you the actual, because those were different titles that were used for them different kings, the Ptolemies and the Seleucids and the Caesars, and you know,
Ashurbanipal,
Right.
Shalmaneser,
Osiris, he was known as
Osiris. Yeah,
Right.
But his
Osiris.
other name was Xerxes.
those are all titles.
Xerxes.
Yep.
Those are all titles that were given to
Those
different
are
kings
titles,
of those
But
different
they had their
empires.
names, but they had a title, the kingly title.
Right.
Darius.
So, hey, look, you can't understand the prophecies of the scriptures unless you know the history.
You have to know the
secular
history.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. You
Go
know,
ahead.
This is Psalm 137, verse 7. Remember, O Lord, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem. You said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
When did that happen? We just read it. We just, not in Maccabees, didn't we read it?
First Ezra.
4, verse 44.
yeah. And this was and the Psalms was written before any of that even happened, before the Greeks even thought about coming into power. That was written back in like 1000 BC.
That was written during the same time as
David.
Zerubbabel. That was written during the same time as Zerubbabel.
Okay.
You talk about the Psalms, right?
No, I'm talking about the Psalms 137. But no,
Psalms
that
137 was, I believe, written by David.
David, that's
Con.
1000
And
BC, right?
that was a prophecy
prophet. Yep.
of what's going to happen to
Con.
to the Israelites.
God.
What
Yeah.
the Babylonians were going to
Con.
do.
Which,
And
like,
the reason why I mentioned Edom, because Edom helped the Babylonians bring us down.
That's right.
which,
That's
like
right.
you said, you did a video. You said King David. You quoted something. You said that proves King David is a prophet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. King David
yeah.
was definitely a prophet.
Yeah.
He was definitely prophesied
I
about
forgot
Yahushua.
what you used.
Yeah,
What example you used?
Yep. Psalm 22.
22.
Was
Yeah.
an exact prophecy,
Yeah.
exactly what happened to the Lord.
Yeah.
How he's going to be hung up.
Yep.
You
That's
know?
it. That's the
Before
one
it
you
even
used.
happened.
That's the one you
Before
used.
so there were many things that were spoken of back then that happened later on in history.
Peter spoke about, David spoke about how the Lord's going to be in hell.
Right.
Because it was Peter that quoted it in, Acts the second chapter.
Second chapter. Yep.
Yeah.
He was quoting what David said.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Which that was David.
That was
Himself,
him.
quoting.
He was quoting
Yeah.
himself.
That's
And
right.
that's
That's
another
right.
thing about you fucking Christians.
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You
right.
you can't accept reincarnation, man.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Quoting himself.
Yeah. And when he spoke about King David being a prophet, because he prophesied these things before, he said, we know that his sepulchre is with us to this day, and his body, you know,
And he was talking about himself.
exactly, you know, that's heavy, man.
You Peter, and you saying that's the sepulchre where David said.
Right.
You're talking about your damn self.
Exactly.
You're talking about your other body.
And he
Yeah.
didn't know it.
And he didn't know that.
No
The
remembrance.
disciples wasn't all that deep. You heard me. They wasn't all that deep.
No.
There was no remembrance.
We know more than the disciples.
Than they knew back then.
We was
yeah.
on a higher level. We on a
Absolutely.
higher level than the disciples.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, now go run tell that.
Yeah, run.
Tahar said James went off. James did go off, man.
They don't like when you
Now,
say
did
that.
Paul, but did Paul go off? No, Paul never went off, man.
Yeah.
Never went
Even though you have certain individuals that say that he went off, that his words were not God breathed.
They were all up, man. They were all up.
Yahweh Shai himself came and
I
taught
got a
Paul.
precept.
Well, they
Paul
said of
said
Paul he
all the
was
words was
rude
an
in speech.
inspiration from the Father.
Yeah.
Anything that he said was from the inspiration of the Father. Paul was just speaking out of the side of his fucking ass.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know?
Precept. This is
He spoke the truth.
He spoke the truth.
He
Not
even
the
said
truth,
that.
but
Didn't he say there are no liars of the truth?
No
That's what he
lies of the
said.
truth.
That's what he said. That's
Go
what he
ahead,
said.
go ahead.
Matthew 13, verse 17.
That's what he said.
For verily I say
No,
unto
no,
you
yeah,
that
that's
many
what he-
prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things
What
which
did,
ye
what did they
hear.
want to see? What we see it now.
Right,
we see
right.
now.
That's Matthew 13.
But those were them
13.
same guys coming
Coming
back from
back,
reincarnation.
right.
Yeah.
They understood reincarnation, but they wasn't fully understood
Con.
reincarnation.
Right.
They really didn't. We understand it, man.
Right.
We understand it.
Because Yahweh Shai asked him, he said, who do the people say I am? He said, you Jeremiah or Elijah or one of the prophets coming back. He said, who do you say I am? He said, you the Messiah, the Son of the Most High. So they knew back then that reincarnation was real. Because I even asked him, this man that was born blind, you know, how was he born
sinned?
blind?
Yeah,
Did he
who
sin
sinned?
or did his
Exactly.
parents sin?
Right.
So how the hell could he have sinned if he was born that
blind.
way?
When did he sin? I got a quick
know?
precept. You got it.
And Yahweh Shai said that in that case, no one did. It was just the power of the Lord
Thank you.
be shown.
But they understood reincarnation.
Right.
But in that situation, it was for the upliftment and of Yahweh Shai. You got it, brother.
The people asked John, "Are you Elijah?" And he said, "No."
Right.
Why did he say no? Because he didn't know that he was Elijah.
Gotcha.
And then they said, "Well, who are you?"
Ecclesiastes.
What did he
Yeah,
say?
like before.
He said, "I am one crying in the wilderness. Prepare ye the way."
Yeah.
So who was sent to do that? Elijah.
Right.
That's
So
it.
he should have known that, man.
Right.
Yeah.
He was a forerunner.
Right.
He was the forerunner.
The one that prepares a way, you know, like you have a herald. The herald is not the king, but he's telling you the king is coming. So make sure you fucking roll out the red carpet. Make sure everything is done right because the king is coming.
That's right.
Right.
The king is here.
But that don't mean he's the king.
Well, even in that Bugs Bunny episode, presenting your royal majesty, the king,
Is that
sheriff
the
of Nottingham. Yeah, that baton. He was hitting him over the head.
He said, "Arise,
Yeah.
Sir Lord."
Arise, yep.
Sir, one of
Arise,
these.
Satchmo of Armstrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's back when
Louis
cartoons was
Satchmo,
really
Louis
funny.
Satchmo. Yeah, when
I got
cartoons were
first
funny.
funny.
Listen, Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 11. There is no remembrance
Speaking
of
of Louis Armstrong, he was so great
Oh yeah,
that when he went to the Queen of England,
God.
they presented him with a gold,
golden
not a
trumpet.
gold, a golden trumpet, man.
God.
People loved that man.
Didn't she knight him?
I believe she knighted. I don't. Well, I got to go into.
Yeah,
that.
check the record.
Well, even Abba spoke about Satchmo when he died.
Right.
He did a sermon on it. You know?
Con.
That's that salt, man.
That had
That
to
proves
be.
that we're the Israelites. You
Con.
know?
That had to be 66. I
How
think
can you
he
have
died.
a frog-like voice and be one of the greatest singers?
Yeah, he sure
You
was.
know? Oh, the shot, man.
Yep. Hello, Dolly.
Has such deep bits. You know?
Yeah.
And he keeps them fairly white. Oh, like a jackknife. That's a terrible voice. But
saw-
people love that voice.
You sound like Jimmy Durante.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy Durante was a Jake.
Yeah, the
He was
big
a
nose
Jake.
dude,
Yeah,
Jimmy
yeah,
Durante.
that was a Jake.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Jimmy Durante. Yep. Good night, Mrs. Calabash.
Wherever you
you
are.
may.
Yeah. Cut.
You know, he used to do the if you wanna be a top. That's before your time.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 1 and 11.
There's a lot of talent out there.
That's it.
Said you had a precept.
It says, there is no remembrance of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come.
I was thinking of that scripture.
That's why John said what he said. When they asked him if he's Elijah, he said no.
He said no.
Why? Because he didn't
He
know.
didn't remember. Oh,
Now,
Peter.
the Lord, now when Peter said what he said,
Yeah.
he didn't know what we were saying.
He didn't know
It
he was
the
David.
Spirit that was speaking through him.
Con.
Right.
And that's what Yahweh Shai told him, blessed are you because flesh and blood has not revealed this unto you, but my Father which is in heaven.
And it makes sense when we come back in our future life not to remember the past. Because what if you died being beheaded in your past life? That would fuck with you in this
life. If we
life.
remember our former life, we would know that we were Israelites.
Why would know we were Israelites?
Everybody would know. That's why the Most High had to program us. Turn it off.
Right.
Because we would have been them fuck Esau up.
Yeah.
Discontinue
Oh,
from
you
the
find out
heritage.
you Ezekiel the prophet. You say, man, I ain't got to go to camp.
Exactly.
I'm Ezekiel the prophet. I'm gonna make it, baby. Bye. See you.
Look, the Most High had to turn. The Most High is bad, man.
Turn it
The Most
down.
High had to turn
The frequency.
that off of who we were.
In the past, so we can do this work.
When we go out there, when we come out there and speak, you know what I'm saying? The ones that can't get it, the Most High turned it off.
Right.
The ones that do get it, the Most High turns on.
Man.
But some of them, he turns back off. You know?
That's scary.
Go ahead.
It's one line. It's 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
Oh yeah, he didn't know who he was.
Right.
Ah.
Hey, every time you come back, cause like they'll say, well, that you talk to these so-called Christians and say, well, John the Baptist ain't Elijah, because when they asked him if he was Elijah, he said no.
Well, he didn't know.
Right. Ecclesiastes, the 1st chapter. There's no remembrance of former things.
Right.
The Most High turned that part of the brain off.
Right.
Because if we was to be able to remember who we were in the past, we can go right now and visit our grave who we were back, whatever, 100 years ago, whatever.
Exactly.
However long ago.
And then even Esau said, what was that guy's name? The German scientist, the nut job. Einstein.
Oh, Einstein.
He said we only use 10% of our brain.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that what he said? Now imagine if you could use 50%. Imagine if you could use 100. You know?
Yeah. That's
how
spiritual
powerful
power.
the brain is, the mind is.
In the kingdom of heaven, we're gonna have 100%
Power.
That's why we're gonna have once you tap into the fullness of the mind, then
forget
you got
about it.
spiritual power.
Yeah,
You got spiritual power.
You got spiritual
Hey,
power.
Yahweh Shai said the least thing in spiritual power is
stature.
to add stature to
Now
yourself.
show me a nigga that can add an inch on to himself.
Yeah.
Huh? You show me one nigga that can add an inch to himself, man.
Yeah. And he said that's the least
you
thing.
get up one morning and say, you know what, I want to be 6'9".
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the simplest thing.
Yeah.
That's the simplest thing. We can't even do that. We can't even do that.
Damn,
You
man.
ain't on no fucking level, man.
Man,
You
we
ain't
on
on no nigga be talking shit that I do this and I got this knowledge of this knowledge, the ancient knowledge. I said, nigga, grow 2 inches, man.
Yeah.
If you can't do that, then shut the fuck up.
Yeah, niggas be talking about the God science. Yo, what's the
Nigga, you
mathematics
ain't got
today,
the
God?
you
What's the
ain't
mathematics
got no
today,
God?
God?
You ain't got no God science,
You
man.
niggas are bugged out.
You can't take down Esau. You gonna bring that gun up on him. You driving in your car and Esau pull your ass over. You gonna pull your black ass right over, man, and have your credentials ready.
That's the mathematics that's of the day, nigga. Where's your papers so you can drive down the goddamn road? Because most of you niggas can't even have your papers, man.
They eat their papers.
Yeah, you don't have your license straight. You don't have your insurance straight.
You same niggas gotta go to the DMV. You gotta re-register your car. So nigga, you ain't no fucking God. Nigga.
That's the mathematics of the day.
That's the
ass.
mathematics of the day.
And you ain't no God. So I'm
Get your papers right.
Give me Psalms 82, man.
Oh Lord.
Give me that.
That's a
Get
killer
your-
right
And
there.
then give me Genesis 6.
I got Genesis.
That's why they're always pulling over Jake, because we know this nigga ain't gonna have no insurance,
Oh man.
or it's gonna lapse, or his registration's gonna be. We gonna get him. We gonna get him.
Well, that's why the Edomite cops let me off, because they see my shit is
Your papers is all in
together.
order.
My papers is in order, man.
Yeah.
And I got it when they come to the car. I got it right there. So how
Yep.
you doing, officer?
Yep, you flaunt it too. You're like,
How you doing?
I'm ready for you, man.
And they'll say in their mind, this is a special kind of nigga.
This is a special
Yeah.
nigga. Yeah,
This nigga
yeah.
got his papers together. He got his credentials straight.
And the Jamaicans used to say that back in the day. Not to have him credential. I don't know if you remember
What
that.
does the
know.
word credential
Credential.
mean? It means belief.
Yeah,
Belief,
yeah,
yeah.
Belief, yeah.
We
Go ahead.
believe you because you got the paper to
You got
prove
the
it.
paper.
They used to say that back in the day.
Yep.
Not to have him credential. You know the reggae song, man?
No.
I don't know if this brother know about.
You don't know? Oh, well, you're a
Well,
young
he's a
dude.
young brother.
You're a
These are
young dude.
babies in the game.
Yeah.
You're a young dude.
Baby Benjamin.
No offense, my brother. No
And
offense.
these are tadpoles in the game.
Con.
You still a tadpole.
Oh, you Benjamin too, right?
Levi, that's a Levite, brother.
Oh, Salakia.
Look, brother, don't never say that again, man.
Salakia.
He might lose it on your ass. That's a
Salakia. No,
Levite.
you're right. You're right. I forgot. I forgot.
That's Levi is a bad
forgot.
tribe
Oh,
out
yeah.
there, man.
Yeah.
They're the first tribe to kick the white man ass.
That's the closest tribe to the Most High.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Outside
Join
of
to the
Judah.
mo. Join to the
me.
mo. Yeah, join to the mo.
Go ahead. I'm messing around.
Come,
Go ahead.
come.
I was holding Genesis.
Yeah, because
6.
them guys are gonna say, see, Pastor Tar starting the tribalism, starting that tribalism.
Well, you know what I got to say about that? Look, get on your own
Don't watch my
tribe.
videos. Yeah, right.
Get on your own tribe.
Yeah, right.
That's what Yeshaya said, because he had a counsel, Yeshaya, and I guess I used to always get on Jake, because that's the only motherfucker that was out there, Jake. I don't see no Haitians walking around.
Right, cut.
And then Kawakaban, he used to get on Judah, but he was Benjamin.
Right.
Yeshaya said, look, you guys dealing with other tribes,
Yep.
y'all got your own tribe.
Yeah.
Don't be getting on Judah. Get
Right.
on your own
Get on
tribe.
your own tribe.
That's why ain't no Levites out there, bro. Who I got to
Right.
You know?
I got to work with what I
I
got.
got
You got it, brother. You got
So
it.
you look at that, y'all see, he said, get on your own tribe.
Yeah, he meant that. He meant that. Because he's Judah. Because he's Judah.
He can only get on Levi, man.
Right.
You know?
Because he's Judah. That's why I say because he's Judah.
Go ahead.
You wanted me to start around the 4th or 5th verse?
I don't know where the hell you at.
Genesis 6.
Go ahead.
Okay, this is Genesis 6. Yeah, because you was dealing with how you said you niggas ain't no God.
Brother,
That's what you said.
you got to show your credentials,
God.
brother. You got to.
That's what it is.
We getting a little silly. But you gotta have.
You got to do it, man. You got to do it.
This makes you keep
Flip.
coming out, man.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta have a little levity. You know,
Hey, well,
Of the
levity and comedy make your mind sharp,
make your
man.
mind. What
That's
does the word comedy mean?
Yeah,
It means
food.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the word comedy, comida. It means food. You
They
know,
really
food
don't-
for the mind.
Yeah, that word cracker. Really, those were jakes. They were called crackers because they were wisecracking. They were known to. They were quick-witted. Like you snap on them, they snap right back on you, and that makes your mind sharp. That keeps you. You know.
But they do say it's comedians are smart.
Huh?
Yeah, they're very smart. Very smart.
What's that? I'm sorry. I didn't-
Comedians are smart.
Oh yeah, comedians. They're not stupid. Yeah.
Oh,
look
like
at look
Dave
at
Chappelle.
Godfrey. Look at Godfrey. Godfrey. That's a smart. And they pick up on shit quick. Yeah, they're witty. They're witty.
Yeah, Garfield be cracking me up, man. That dude be cracking me up. All right, where we at?
This is Genesis chapter 6, and I'll read from the 3rd verse. It says, and the Most High said,
Oh, did you read a Psalm first?
oh no, we didn't read that
Go to
yet.
Psalms 80. Go ahead and read it.
Psalms
82
80.
and 6.
Okay, I was right there too. Psalm 82 and 6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall
What?
die like men, and fall like one of the princes. You said you had a precept?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is Genesis 6 and 3, because Pastor Hart said that niggas ain't gods, you know. So that's why we're bringing these scriptures out. Genesis chapter 6 verse 3. It says, and the Most High said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh. Yet his days shall be 120 years.
And then there's another scripture, I think it's Psalms 90 and 10, where the Lord brought down the years even more. Okay. You brothers want to get it? Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Psalms 90.
Because really we were created to live in the body, what, 1,000 years?
Right.
So the guy who came the closest was Methuselah.
Right.
He lived to be 969 years. So we're not no gods, man. We used to be gods, but we're going to get it back, you know? You got it, brother.
This is Psalm chapter 90, verse 9. It says, for all our days are passed away in thy wrath. We spend our years as a tale that is told. The days of our years are 60 years and 10.
That's 70 years. Go ahead.
And if by reason of strength they be 80 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for it is soon cut off and we fly away.
Yeah. Yeah, so even if you live a so-called long life in this society, you catching all kind. You got what do you call it? Prescriptions and all kind of So you're better off being dead, so-called dead. You know. Yeah.
This is Job 8 and 9. For we are but of yesterday and know nothing, because our days upon the earth are as a shadow.
Yeah. So we're not gods. We're not gods. We will be gods when Yahushua comes back and deliver us. That's the beginning of our godlike status. Yeah, you got it.
Wisdom of Solomon 2:23. For the Most High created man to be immortal and made him to be an image of his own eternity.
So when we gonna enjoy that? In the kingdom. We ain't gonna enjoy that here. It's gonna be in the kingdom.
It says,
Because what did the Apostle Paul say? We shall all be changed, right? Ain't that what he said? We shall all be changed. Changed to what? Changed to back to being gods, like we're supposed to be. You know? You got it, brother.
It says, nevertheless, through the envy of the devil came death into the world,
Right.
and they that do hold of his side do find it.
Yeah. I don't know, Apostle, if you want to.
Look back.
Yeah.
This is 2nd Esdras 5:54. Consider thou therefore also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you.
That's another thing, too. Years ago, we went to the cloisters, and we saw a dressing table, and that thing had to be at least 8-9 feet high.
Yeah,
at
way up,
least.
the top of it was way up there. The doors were like 8 or 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
And the knobs was way up
Yep.
here. So I show you back there in the 1400s, 1600s, they were super big, man.
Yeah.
It says, and so are they that come after you less than ye.
Yeah, every generation, our power was diminished less and less. Like this so-called generation, this has got to be the worst generation. You got Jake walking. Any guy you see walking with his pants below his ass,
Yeah, this is the worst
Come on,
generation.
man. Come on,
This
man.
is the lowest generation, man.
you didn't
can't
see
get-
that.
You can't get it. Oh, no, wait a minute. Let's go into the whole homosexual.
Exactly.
Oh, there you
All
go.
these celebrities got their sons are fucking homos.
Yeah.
now,
Turning
man.
them into girls
Yeah, what's
and
up?
This guy,
Dwayne Wade,
Smith,
right?
Dwayne Wade talking about his son is 12 years old, which he's a man, and he's saying he want to get his penis chopped off.
Right.
And the reason why first of all, Dwayne Wade, the Most High gonna kill you, man. He's gonna kill you, all right?
Crazy.
Because you're not even a fucking man. all
Real
right?
talk, real talk.
You're not even a fucking man. And Gabrielle Union should leave your fucking ass, man.
That's crazy.
But she's with it, man.
Ain't she the one that corrupted him?
Yeah, she probably was, man.
Yeah.
This woman ain't fucking right. Just like fucking Eve corrupted Adam. You
Yeah.
know? When you make it, and see, what you niggas don't understand is this. When you make it when you make it big, you make it in the celebrity world, there's a price that
Price
comes
to
with
pay.
that shit. You gotta
Yeah.
sell your soul, man. They're gonna tell you, well, you gotta turn your son out. Or you gotta kill your son. You know? You gotta, Will Smith, anytime you go on a TV show, kiss your son on the lips. And he used to run from his father, then he kind of started liking it, man. So now this dude is a straight up faggot, man. But he's a proud faggot. He ain't doing it down low. You see?
Yeah,
So you know these celebrities don't believe in Israel. And how many celebrities coming out saying that they're Israel? They know that they're Israelites. But they ain't coming out saying that they're Israelites. They ain't coming out to the camps. All right, why? Hey, Kendrick Lamar. He came out and said he was an Israelite, right? They pulled him to the side and they said, wait a minute, nigga, you can't be calling yourself an Israelite. You know, you can make a video called All the Stars talking about you a fucking Hamite, but you don't call yourself an Israelite. And
Right.
he never called himself an Israelite. When he won Grammys, he never gave credit to the Most High. You know?
I got a quick
Now,
picture.
Nate should have got on his ass or cut his ass
got it.
off, man.
Yeah.
You know? But he didn't know. They pulled him to the side and they had that meet. Go ahead.
Matthews.
You got to prove yourself to stay on that high level.
Oh yeah.
This is the book of Matthew, the 16th chapter and the 25th verse. And it reads, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it, and whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it. For what is a man profited if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
That's the price.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 26. Right
Give me Matthews 4:1.
And what does that mean? Lose your own soul? Does that mean you go in the back and the devil comes and here's my soul, you know, here's my soul. No, lose your own soul means you're gonna do things which you know is not right. In other words, you're gonna bend over and give up the ass. That's losing your soul. You done lost your soul. You gave up, you know? Yeah, you got, yeah, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I got another one for that.
And I got one too.
Just back you up. It's St. John chapter 12, verse 25. It reads, he that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life in this world shall keep it unto life eternal.
That's right. That's right. I mean, if you want to explain it, you go ahead.
Oh well, yeah, Khan. You know that like the apostles are going through, and like the elders apostles are going through. You know, very simple. These celebrities, you know, they sell their souls.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were saying, not literally meet a guy in an alley and exchange a soul.
Yeah.
But they give up their life for the pleasures and benefits of this world.
Yeah, they give up their integrity.
Yeah,
they give up their morals.
And they at least know that.
Yeah.
You know, because they know that they know that these people give them. Everybody has a price. I'll say. Everybody has a price.
Right.
You know, when they.
I don't know if you're familiar with that interview on the show Arsenio Hall, when Arsenio Hall asked Eddie Murphy. Arsenio Hall asked Eddie Murphy, "What did you have to do to become? What did you have to do to become that the celebrity?" He said he looked at Eddie Murphy. I'm sorry, Eddie Murphy looked at Arsenio and he said, "Now you know I can't tell you that. What was the big secret they couldn't tell? You know, what was the big secret they couldn't tell?
They couldn't go into details.
Yeah, they couldn't go into details on how they really made it. So-called success, as they call it, which involves giving up your soul. You know, becoming a homosexual. You know. Yeah. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah,
Go
that's
ahead.
the main thing.
Chapter 16,
Well, that's the main thing. Yeah.
Luke 16 and 15, and he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men, but the Most High knoweth your hearts. For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of the Most High.
That's right.
Yeah, so these people that make it in the acting world and all of them, I don't give a damn if it's fucking Denzel, I don't give a damn who it is.
Yep.
You know? I don't give a damn if it's Paul fucking Robeson. I don't give a damn who it is, man. You got to sell your goddamn soul. Anytime you see a Jake constantly on TV all the goddamn time, that man done sold his soul, man.
Absolutely. Like Will Smith.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
He sold his soul a long time ago.
Sold his soul a long time ago.
But now you know what I remember about Will Smith? He was a so-so rapper, right? But on the Arsenio Hall show, he was always on there as a guest, but he never used to perform. He used to just tell little jokes and talk, and they were grooming him.
Right.
And then with the Fresh Prince was a big thing because they created that show around him.
Right.
Because he said he's from Philadelphia, born and raised. He moved to his cousin's house, whatever.
Yeah.
So all that was set up. So while that was happening, they said, you gotta.
Yeah.
Quincy talking to him,
You got to do
You
things.
gotta do things, man. But you're gonna be great. You know.
So Sirach 10 and 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man, for such and one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels.
That's a good one. And that's what he casted away his bowels for real. You know? He gets dug out.
He gets dug out.
He gets dug out.
Yeah.
You know?
I got a precept.
Not dug out, he gets dug out.
Dug out.
Yeah, hey, you got a Matthew 4:1?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness.
That's the one I got.
Now what Satan tried to do, now remember, Satan comes in the spirit of wickedness, the left-hand side.
Right.
And what is on the left-hand side? Homosexuality. man.
Absolutely, yeah.
So Satan is a homo.
Yeah.
Satan is a homo.
Yeah.
The image of Baphomet is an androgynous god.
Androgynous god, yeah.
There's a guy butt ass naked.
Yep.
With the Ducius coming out of his middle.
Yep.
With
breasts,
titties, man.
women's breasts.
You know?
Yeah. And all these celebrities worship Baphomet. That's one of the main gods they worship. Pan is another god. Pan. Yeah. You got
Go
it.
ahead.
All right. First verse. Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward a hungry. And when the tempter came to him,
Now
he
guess
said,
what? Esau was a hungry, and he sold his birthright.
Yeah.
So
That's the
he
difference.
was trying to get him to sell his birthright to get a meal. I'll show you that Esau is not a man with character, man.
Con.
He's fake. He's not a man with character, man.
Con.
There's certain time you can't eat, just deal with it, man.
Just deal with it.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what the Day of Atonement is all about, man.
That's it.
Them last half an hour, boy.
Oh,
you know?
that's the
and that's
hardest.
why we do it together. If you want to do it while you're speaking,
Right.
Because you got willpower, you're around your brothers, man.
Right.
But if you by yourself, you're thinking about the fucking TV commercial. It's about
Right, yep.
fucking meal,
Food,
and whatnot.
yeah.
You know?
And I believe Satan came to Yahushua on the last day of the fast, the 40th
Yeah,
day,
yeah, after he completed the fast. Yeah.
which is the Day of Atonement. The
That-
last part is always the hardest when you're
it.
doing the Day of Atonement.
That's it. The last half an hour
Last,
is always the
yep,
hardest, man.
hardest, yeah.
You know? Go ahead.
And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread.
Yeah, because he said you're hungry, you got the spiritual power. Take them stones and turn them into bread. Which the Lord could do that.
Right,
Because he did it. Because he did do it.
right.
Go ahead.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High.
It's all about
Yeah.
the word, man. The word comes before food.
Yeah,
And Esau despised the word.
come,
He despised the word. Go ahead.
come.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle.
Because the scriptures is also synonymous with bread.
Come.
The manna from heaven.
The manna from
The
heaven.
spiritual manna that we're going to get is his word.
Yeah,
It said, eat this word. I'm the bread. He actually said that.
I was going to read that too. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Go ahead.
Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down. For it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up.
That shows you Satan knows the scriptures,
knows the
because that's an actual scripture. That's in the Psalms.
Yep.
Yeah,
Psalms 91.
Psalms 91, yeah.
Well, it tells you in the book of James, I believe it's James, 2nd chapter.
The devils know
the
and tremble.
devil know and tremble. Right?
Come.
Go ahead.
Lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
So that's true.
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
true.
a man of the Lord, you can jump off the highest mountain on the building, and the Lord will save
Send
you.
his angels.
But there's a backup scripture,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, yeah.
Don't tempt the Lord.
Right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy power.
Hey, you know what that scripture is showing you? That's how you battle Satan.
Yep.
Scripture for scripture. Because he'll come in your head.
But Satan ain't quoting the Kibernega.
No.
You know, he ain't quoting from the Quran.
Egyptian Book of the
He
Dead.
ain't quoting from this book and that book.
Right.
He's quoting from the scriptures.
Yeah, because Satan know the
That's why
deal.
a lot of guys follow other camps and stuff.
Right.
Because they bring out scriptures. Well, they're bringing out scriptures, but guess
Right.
what? They're bringing out the wrong scriptures.
Right.
You can take the scriptures and deceive somebody with them scriptures.
Yes, you can. Well, that's what Esau have done. Oh, okay. You had it. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what Esau has done, right? He's corrupted the scriptures. That's what the serpent did to Eve. He said, "Look, in the day you, yeah, come."
Hey, go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Yeah, he said, "In the day that you partake of this knowledge, which was the knowledge of wickedness, you shall be as gods." Yeah, but what he lied, the part he lied, he said, "You're not going to die."
Yeah.
But that knowledge did corrupt us, and eventually we did die. The Apostle Paul said, "When sin have conceived, then it bring forth what? It bring forth death."
Right.
You know, you got.
Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was going to bring out the point of Michael arguing with Satan concerning the body of Moses.
Right.
It said that he did not bring
Bring
up
a railing accusation. Yeah,
but
yeah.
they were going pretty much like how
Yep.
Yahushua was doing.
Well, he said, "The Lord rebuketh thee."
Right. Okay.
He said that to Satan. The Lord rebuketh thee.
Yeah. Michael rebuked Satan.
Right.
Yeah.
Satan had to get back. You know?
Yeah.
I got two on sowing out. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. It says, "Surely oppression make a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart." And that word gift there in the Hebrew is I just looked it up. I gotta look it up again. But it means bribery.
Bribery. Yeah.
So again, it says, "Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart." Precept. This is Exodus chapter 23, verse 8. "And thou shalt take no gift, for the gift blindeth the wise, and perverteth the words of the righteous."
That's it.
I got precept.
You got it.
Sirach 20 and 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise,
Woo!
and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
That he cannot reprove.
Yeah.
Rebuke. Yep.
We got a perfect example. We used to have a guy in the camp, Killer Priest. His name used to be Karamaya. He used to be part of Apostle Tar's camp. But he went for the gift. He opted for the gift. He had that rapping skill. And I remember when he started developing it, because he wasn't studying as much and he was more into rapping, more into writing lyrics and shit. Then that totally took him over, that rapping spirit, that rap, because that's an actual demon.
And he's out of the truth, man.
And he
knows he's an Israelite.
Yeah.
But he's out of the truth, man.
We had two brothers back in the day, Yerumia, I forgot the other guy's name. And they used to all.
The one had a rapping demon.
Yeah, he had a rap. And then you told him, you said, look, brother, you're going to have to stop with this rapping stuff, brother. Another guy was Hamalak from Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah, I remember Hamalak.
Hamalak gave you a ride to the school. And when you went in his car, all Hamalak had was rap tapes. Because he was one of them rapping dudes too.
He used to play in the car.
Yeah.
And I said, brother, you
Yep.
know tapes speaking of the Bible?
Yep. You said, where's them speaking tapes at, brother? Where's the speaking? He had that dumb look on his face.
And he fell off.
He fell off.
So that was a time where you had most of them guys, they figured that rapping was a part of the gospel.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they did that album, Do You Believe?
Yeah.
Now, how many Israelites did that album bring?
All them guys fell off. The only guy that's still around,
Yeah.
in my estimation, is Priest Danyala.
Priest Danyala.
He was on the album.
So you would
he was in the rapping way back then in the 90s, you know?
And he's still trying to push that rap stuff. Priest Danyala, you should know, you remember that album, Do You Believe? How many Israelites came in the truth through that album? I can't think of one. They had the album, Do You Believe? They had that one song, Here Come the Axe, straight through their backs. Yeah, chop them up real good, it's a party. You know?
Light them up, burn them up.
Light them up, burn them up, bring all the dirty crackers, light them up, yeah. Well, how many Israelites? I didn't see the Israelites storming. Well, I got to get into school, man. Did you hear that song? That shit is fire, dog. Come on, man. You know?
Go ahead.
This is Ecclesiasticus 31.
Hey, you got to act out Jake sometimes. You know.
Ecclesiasticus 31 verse 6. Gold hath been the ruin of many, and their destruction was present. It is a stumbling block unto them that sacrifice unto it, and every fool shall be taken therewith.
And the funny thing, we don't even have gold anymore. The money that Jake is killing each other for is not backed by gold or silver. That's why the scriptures speak about what? Uncertain riches. That's what the scriptures call it, man. Matter of fact, I'll get it. Brother, want to keep reading?
This is Sirach chapter 35, verse 12. It reads, do not think to corrupt with gifts, for such he will not receive, and trust not to unrighteous sacrifices, for the Lord is judge, and with him is no respect of persons.
That's right. It is right here. 1 Timothy 6 and 17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power who giveth us richly all things to enjoy.
Read on. More to it.
That they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come, that they may lay hold on eternal life.
You know what that means? Well, you already know what it means. It means that if you see a brother that got least and you got much, you got to help the brother. You got to be willing to help the brothers in the gym.
Yeah.
You know, because some brothers, Most High bless some brothers sometimes, and other brothers other times, man. You know? Oh, give me Matthew's, what is that, 6 and 24, I believe? Matthew 6 and 24.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and mammon.
Now, what does the word mammon mean? Anybody know? It means money, yeah? Mammon is Latin for money.
Yeah.
So you got guys that come into a lot of money, you know, they're not going to do this truth. Go ahead, read on. Yeah.
I got a precept if no one has.
Back in Matthew 6, verse 25. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body more than raiment? Behold the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them.
Yeah, who
Are ye
feeds the
not-
birds? You know? Yeah, go ahead, bro.
It says, are ye not much better than they?
And you know, even the birds have order, because I remember one time we were waiting for you. It was me and Apostle Ramlab. We sitting in the car, and we had a bunch of bread, old bread. We threw it out on the street. Now, there was these group of birds, and they were just sitting there. And we're sitting there, we're wondering, why ain't the birds getting the bread? Finally, these two birds flew up and swooped down and got the bread. Then the rest of the birds, do you remember that?
Yep.
The rest of the birds.
Elder Sakaran's crib.
Yeah, we were waiting for him. Then we noticed that the two birds, they swooped down, they started pecking at the bread, then the rest of the birds came and started pecking at the bread.
First they waited.
But they waited, so we were marveled at that. We said that shows they have order, man.
Yeah.
You know, them two birds, they were the big birds. Yeah. Go ahead. You know, you notice things. You notice how the Heavenly Father, for His creation.
Where's that in Job? I think it's Job 12 and 8. If I'm not mistaken.
About the animals.
Yeah, the animals.
So like I stopped real quick by the brothers, real quick.
Okay. No. See if it's, I believe it's Job 12 and 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Job 12 and 8 says, or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee.
I think that's it. Go ahead.
Okay, you want me to start at 7th verse?
Start at 7.
Job 12 and 7. But ask now the beasts, and they shall teach thee, and the fowls of the air, and they shall tell thee. Yeah, that's bad. Or speak to the earth, and it shall teach thee, and the fishes of the sea shall declare unto thee. Who knoweth not in all these that the hand of the Lord have wrought this? Yeah, that's heavy. The hand of the Lord have wrought. Yeah, His work.
Hey, the styles in Kung Fu, there's 5 animal styles.
Yep.
Why they call it animal styles? Because they're watching the animals.
Watching the animals.
Yeah.
Like the praying mantis.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw something on YouTube. It was a praying mantis against a beetle or something. And the praying mantis gets up and he starts doing moves, man. You're like, oh shit. He actually starts doing like moves right before he starts fighting. And then he goes in for the attack.
Tiger style.
Yeah, he starts pop locking. That's what it looks like.
You're playing, you see a plane in the sky, it's built just like a bird.
Imitating
and
the bird.
it lands just like a bird.
Come.
The plane goes up like this, right? And then when it lands just like a bird.
Just like
You
a bird.
remember those things that used to fall out the trees? They used to turn like that? That's like a helicopter propeller?
That's where the helicopter came from. The helicopter. Go ahead.
This is Proverbs 30 and 18. There be 3 things which are too wonderful for me, yea, 4 which I know not. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of a serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, and the way of a man with a maid.
The way of a man with a maid. Well, that's for us. That ain't for Esau.
Right.
Esau's in the boys. You know?
Boy lovers.
A man's supposed to be with a woman. That's why this fucked up place gotta be destroyed, man. You know?
Hey, the scriptures say male and female created He them and said be fruitful and multiply.
Well, Esau don't believe that, man. You know, Esau believes in cut your son's rod off.
Destroying
You know, and let's put a curse up on Dwayne
Khan.
Wade.
it. Yeah,
Dwayne Wade for being a simple ass. Bird brain. Negro. You're talking about my son want to be a fucking girl. You know, if you want to chop his thing off. And that shit is fucking embarrassing. That's crazy. That's embarrassing, man.
And that fucking...
Most of them make you crash in the motherfucking helicopter or goddamn plane or something, man.
Yep.
And you might choke on a fucking chicken boat. All you niggas that done sold out, man, all that money that you making, you ain't sending money to the Israelites, man.
Nope, not one of you.
So fuck you niggas, man.
All of you.
Yep.
The whole lot of you.
The NBA no more. Go ahead.
The whole lot. Proverbs chapter 30, verse 7. 2 things have I required of thee. Deny me them now before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Feed me with food convenient for me, or at least I be full, and deny thee, and say, who is Yahweh?
Right.
Or at least I be poor, and steal and take the name of my power, Yahweh Shem Yahushai,
In vain.
Yeah, because you can't steal. You can't steal from Esau, man.
Right.
You can't go robbing banks in the name
Nope.
of the Most High. Niggas robbing banks in the name of the Most High. And like the guy in New Jersey, they say you're an Israelite. First of all, that's not the action of a real Israelite, man.
Right.
And they know that.
And they know that, man.
Slander.
That's
Goes back to
That's
slander.
Yep. Well, they're the slanderous ones.
They're the
Give me-
slanderous
give me,
ones.
what you got? Give me Revelation 12 and 12.
That's why you're called the devil, Esau.
Revelation 12 and 10.
Yeah, you're called the devil because you're the author of slander.
The word devil literally means, goes
Slander.
back to the word diabolos,
Yep.
which goes back to the word false
Accuser.
slander. When you say that we're not the Jews, that makes you the devil,
That's slander.
you know?
Con.
Go ahead. Go ahead, whoever got it. Go ahead.
Bring it out. Bring it out.
This is Revelation chapter 4, verse 10. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power, and the power of Hamashiach Yahushai, for the accuser of our brethren is cast down. Because accusers
And that proves that Esau knows the Most High, because they go before the Most High and they accuse us before the Most High. They say, look at what your people are doing. Look, they're eating pork, they're homosexuals, but you're the one, that's why the
Pushing that
Prison
shit.
system, man. The prison system is set up to create faggots, man.
Yeah.
create faggots.
That's
Guy
it.
go in the prison system. He's in there for 5 years. He ain't got no woman. He sees a guy that's fucking feminine. He gonna pop him, man.
Yeah,
That's why they separate the men from the woman, man.
I got a
If they
quick.
had, hey, look, if they had a system where a prison system where they had women and men
Right.
in the same, all in the same prison, that motherfucking time will go down. You have to beat his ass and get him to leave the prison system, man.
Right.
Esau did that.
Yeah.
You fucking Edomites, you did that,
Yeah,
man.
you devils,
Yeah.
You
man.
did that. You
Fucking-
created fucking laws to create homosexuality, man.
Right.
And if you say anything wrong against a so-called homosexual, they can cut the video just because I'm saying that word.
Yeah, yeah.
That proves that you're the fucking devil,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, you're the devil.
And
That
a lot
proves
of
that you're a fucking devil, man.
a lot of them fucking COs too. When they get mad at a particular prisoner,
Yeah, prisoner.
they'll get other prisoners that they cool with to go sodomize that dude.
Set him up to get
You know,
raped.
and that's nothing no different than fucking butt breaking back in fucking slavery. You know, it's the same shit.
That's why you COs, man.
You
And
motherfuckers, man.
Jake ain't mad at that, man. He ain't mad at that. That's why the majority of you niggas are gonna fucking die, man.
It's got to be a rain of death, man.
It's true.
The majority of you niggas are gonna die, man.
It's got to be a
True,
rain
man.
of death. You know, like when it rains,
Yeah,
the rain of
like
death.
a hard fucking rain.
Like a deaf angel just come down and just let out a cry. Yeah! Just go to killing, man. Just go to executing. That's what need to come, man.
Now the spirit.
You know, yeah.
That-
No, but that's what need to come.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that
Give me Isaiah 65 and 9.
that's what they fucking respect, man. You know,
Isaiah
They
65.
gotta go. Jake gotta go, man.
Gotta go,
Jake
man.
gotta fucking go, man.
hey, Jake,
He gonna take that. He gonna take that
the
fucking
spirits are
chip.
acting up.
He gonna take that goddamn up them demons, man.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
acting
yeah,
up.
yeah,
Demons,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know.
You know, that's when
And the
Jake
Most High
wanted.
gonna make you niggas take that chip, and a lot of you Israelites gonna take that chip too. Cause
Yeah.
you buck up against what we're saying, man.
Yeah,
We're the men in the Lord, bro.
Con.
We telling you that the mark of the beast is the microchip, and you bucking up against it.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Didn't the Bible say we have a sure more word of testimony?
Well, them guys
The key
don't.
word there is
Yeah.
sure.
Them guys
You're supposed
don't.
to be sure, man.
Watch how all these fucking camps are gonna get fucking
Right,
shaken up.
right.
They're gonna get
Yeah.
shaken up when they actually set up these fucking chipping stations.
Right.
And that's
And then
when.
you're gonna remember that GMS. Well, there was a video that was put up with this clown, Divine
Prospect, yeah.
asshole.
Yeah, that's
He don't know shit. The nigga ain't no fucking prophet. And then you got this guy,
That's it.
Priest Daniela, interviewing him. But Priest Daniela said, which was good. He asked it directly. He said, what is your take on the mark of the beast? What does that mean? Then he went into this
In
whole
circles, yeah.
fucking tirade.
Circumlocution.
Yeah.
This, what do you call it?
Circumlocution.
Circumlocution.
There's another word, diatribe,
Oh, diatribe.
about this and the beast and that and the beast this. And you and making that money, you got, what you mean if I'm making that money? Nigga, if I go to work, I'm making money, man.
And like that nigga
That means
starts.
we all got the fucking beast. The mark of the beast.
Like that
If
nigga.
you making money, you know, if you're going to attitude of making money,
Oh yeah.
Fucking bullshit.
see, you making money. And I show you, and then you watch the comic board, they were saying all this dude on the video that I made on that,
Right.
on that,
Right.
they said all this dude was just talking shit, man.
Talking in
there was
circles.
no edification.
Yeah.
There was no fucking edification.
You don't go into
And
the
he don't-
scriptures.
He don't know the scriptures.
That's right.
He don't know the prophecies, man. Just like that clown folk cat. He don't know the prophecy. You want to mess a man up? Go into the prophecies, man.
That's
Well,
it.
wait a minute. If he was truly divine, right? Wait,
He's
his
not-
name
he's
is
not
Divine
divine. There's nothing
Prospect.
divine
If he
about
was
that
truly
dude, man.
divine, he'd know the scriptures.
Yep.
And St. John, the Apostle Paul, the Apostle St. John was called St. John the Divine. Why was he divine? It's in the Bible. You'll see the title,
Right.
St. John the
The
Divine.
most I was working with it.
He knew the prophecies.
And these jakes, they're gonna want to get right when shit gets hard. That's when they're gonna want to get right, when they see shit happening. Right now, shit ain't happening, so they
I'm gonna
not.
say this too. I'm gonna say this too. And you know,
That's the spirit.
but
That's the
the way
spirit.
you're supposed to
That's
be,
the way.
man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Come.
Hey, when that mark of the beast come out, then we're gonna see who's real or not, man.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
We're gonna see, and then please don't come around us, you
real.
ISTK niggas and IUIC niggas and all the rest of you motherfuckers. Don't come around us looking for GMS. That's
right.
When they set up in chip stations, go ahead and take that goddamn
Yeah,
chip.
take the
man.
chip.
That's what they
There
want
ain't
to.
nothing wrong with it,
Right.
according to your teachers.
It ain't the mark of the beast.
You're gonna look like a bunch of fucking fools, man. You're gonna look like a bunch of goddamn fools. It tells you in the Apocrypha, it tells you in 2nd Ezra, 16th chapter, then it shall be known who am I chosen.
Who am I
Con.
chosen?
Meaning who are the real true men in the Most High. And you know when you're gonna know that? When they actually put that chip in your fucking face, man.
Yeah.
And you gotta take it if you wanna eat.
Apostle,
I wonder what
Isn't
anybody,
that,
you know.
isn't that the great temptation the Lord said by
Yeah.
John he gonna bring? I will bring the temptation upon the whole world. And then they shall be tried.
Revelation
3:10.
3 and 10.
verse
Yeah,
10.
that's the great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to get
Go
it?
ahead and read it.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read it. Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 65 verse 2. I have spread out my hands all the day unto rebellious people.
Start at 1. I did say go to 9.
That's it.
Start
This
at
is
1.
it.
Start at
Isaiah.
read through it quick.
Isaiah 65 verse 1. I am sought of them that ask not for me. I am found of them that sought me not.
Israelite
I
foreigners.
said, behold me, unto a nation that was not called by my name.
Which are the Israelites.
Right.
Right.
Go ahead.
I have spread
Hosea
out
1.
my hands all the day unto rebellious people.
How did he do that? Through the men of the Most High.
Right.
He didn't send the Moors. He didn't send Sarnetta.
Right.
He didn't send the guy from the woke church.
Right.
He didn't send Farrakhan.
Right.
Conda.
Right.
You know, he didn't send the Black Panther to teach you.
Nope.
He sent the Israelites, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
It says, which walketh in a way that is not good after their own thoughts.
What is after their own thought? Back to Africa.
Right.
You know, Hotep,
American dream.
American dream.
Get a
I'm
college
just a
diploma.
Negro. I'm a Baptist. My mom was a Baptist. My
Right.
daddy's a Baptist. My grandparents was a Baptist. I'm gonna be a Baptist. A goddamn Democrat. You got a bunch of niggas trying to. You got a bunch of niggas trying to get a damn old.
Decrepit.
Decrepit cracker.
Yeah.
Bernie
Sanders.
Bernie
Oh,
Sanders.
that's
Saunders.
Alpakaka.
Yeah.
Alpakaka means old fart. I'm trying to get an old fart in the fucking White House to get rid of Donald. Let me tell you something, man. Donald Trump.
That's the
Donald
man.
Trump is going to be the president again, man.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know what I'm saying? He's going to be the president again.
That's right.
He doing that thing.
He ain't got that
What
name
he
Trump
doing,
for
goddamn,
nothing.
we kind of like Donald Trump.
Yeah.
He's the type of devil that we like.
He gonna kick it off.
Donald, he's our man. He can do it. No one can.
And we believe he's the guy. Personally, I believe that's Nero, man. When you
Right,
read about
right.
Nero was a fucking bastard.
Yeah,
man.
he was a real
He was
low
a bad.
life.
That motherfucker killed his own mother. And
Right.
the reason, you know why he killed? They always talk about he burnt down Rome and he played the fiddle, which was a lyre. It wasn't
Lyre,
a fiddle,
yeah.
it was called a lyre. They didn't have fiddles back then. Okay? You know why he burnt down Rome? So he can expand it. What is
Oh.
this guy all about? He's all about building
Yeah,
shit bigger.
Oh, check that
Tear
out.
this shit down to build up something bigger.
Well, that's what he is. He's a builder.
He's
Donald
a
Trump
builder.
is a builder.
He's a builder.
Yeah.
He's a builder. Yep. Where we at?
Isaiah 62.
Go ahead.
65.
Go ahead.
Verse 3, it says, a people that provoketh me to anger continually to my face.
How do they do that? When them scoffers come on the line, man.
Oh yeah.
When Jake go and listen to I ain't listen to them
Right.
damn Israelites.
Like that
man.
jerk earlier. I don't understand y'all.
Well, he was that was a demon speaker.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
He
even
wasn't-
but he
He
qualified.
wasn't supposed to understand.
Yeah, he
Most
qualifies.
times, clicked his ass off, man.
Yeah. You know the
Turned
Lord
the
was.
off button off, you know?
That's right. The angel was right there. When he said that, you know the angel wasn't happy. Or the Lord wasn't happy when he said, I don't understand y'all, angel.
And you
Okay.
ain't supposed to.
Yeah.
But you know what? He said something good. He wasn't supposed to.
Yeah.
Because the Most High
He's
didn't-
still going to be judged.
of course.
Yeah,
The
Khan.
Most High didn't click the on button on, man.
Khan. That's right. That's
That's
right.
crazy when the off button is off.
When the off button is on. Yep.
Damn.
It hit the motherfucker was off. He hit the off.
Damn.
Yeah,
Go
like the
ahead.
scriptures say, well, here it is, charming never so wisely, and they have not sing, they have not piped.
Yeah.
That's basically what he was doing.
Ezekiel 9.
We have piped to you, we have
Ezekiel
sing-
9,
yeah.
The mark is
Yeah.
only given to the ones that sign, cry for all the abominations that be done in
Yeah.
the midst thereof.
Yeah,
All right, go ahead.
yeah,
It says
right,
that
that's right.
sacrificeth in gardens and burneth incense upon altars of brick.
What's the modern God?
Them churches.
Church. What? How do you say that? But no, there's a reason why it's called a garden. And when
Okay.
you see a church that's built from the ground
Yeah,
up,
that's right.
you got, what do you call them?
Groves.
The
Groves. Yeah,
Those are groves. And
Yep.
Jake don't see that. When you go into an actual church that's built from the ground up,
Yep.
and you see the ceiling,
Yep.
those represent the trees crossing each other.
That's what the Lord said. Don't build your altar in the groves.
Yeah, build it out in the open.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
And when we're altar, we're out in the
Well,
open.
the word church means to call out.
Yeah, to call out.
Ecclesia means to call out.
Come.
How the hell you gonna
Yeah.
call out when you're in the church, man?
Right.
Oh, Central Spirit.
Yeah,
Give
God.
me Acts 7:48 and Acts 17:24.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the
it.
monster right there.
Now
Hey,
Acts 17,
yeah,
Paul was cursing the motherfuckers out.
yeah,
man.
he sure was.
He was in that Stephen spirit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he was.
He was fucked.
He was on fire.
You know what? Acts 17 and 15. And read quick.
God, this is Acts 17 and
Because the
15.
scriptures say
And
the
they
spirit
that
was stirred when he
contradicted
saw
Paul
the
brought
images.
him unto Athens, and receiving a commandment unto Silas and Timotheus, but to come to him with all speed, they departed.
Go ahead.
Now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in
There it
him
is. There it
Go
is.
ahead. Go ahead.
when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry.
Now, who were those people in the city?
Jakes.
There were
They were
Jakes.
Jake.
Mike,
Yeah.
but you had Jakes too.
Yeah.
Jakes was heavy into
Idolatry.
the culture of Athens, which was what? It was two cultures. Epicurean
and
and
Stoicism. Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
Con.
You had the guy that was disciplined. He got up in the morning at 6 o'clock.
Right.
He ate this. He exercised.
Yep.
He was a disciplinarian.
Right,
Then
stoic.
you had the guy that Jake that
Do
did whatever
whatever,
fuck felt good, man.
free
Do as
love.
thou wilt.
Do as thou wilt.
Go ahead.
Like Jay-Z.
Jay-Z wore a t-shirt. Do as thou wilt.
Yeah.
Will Smith. They would be not Stoics. They would be
Epicureans, yeah.
Yep.
Epicurean,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
Con.
Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. Then
And
certain,
guess what? We disputing with them on the YouTube,
On the
man.
YouTube, daily.
On the comment, when we put up a video up,
Daily.
there's gonna be great video,
Yep.
Elder. Good video,
Yep.
Elder.
Yep.
Shalom. Then you're gonna get nigga. What
Yep.
about the earth?
Yep.
Don't the earth got a dome
Yeah,
over it?
yeah, don't worry.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I don't even pay them clowns no money.
No.
It's a waste of time.
The earth is flat, nigga. What does the four corners mean?
Hey, like I was reading the guy who wrote the book, the Hagakure. Was it Yamamoto Tusi Tomo. Yamamoto Tusitomo, right? He wrote the book, the Hagakure. One of the tenets, he said, you have to be worthy of my opinion. He said, in other words, a man have to work to get his opinion. In other words, he wasn't giving his opinion
And there's
freely.
there's a story of one of the greatest samurais, and he was a so-called African.
Yeah,
This one shogun master.
yeah,
It was a guy, I believe he was from Ghana, but he was like tall.
yeah,
And
yeah.
they sold him into slavery, but the guy freed him.
Right.
And he said, I want you to fight for me.
Right.
And he was impressed by his size, but he
Right.
fought a lot of battles.
Con,
You know?
con.
So there was really Afro samurai.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Some of them pictures, they got the afros.
Yeah. Musashi Miyamoto, which is the greatest samurai to ever live.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they all say. I believe he was a chick. You know, he looked like everybody's black man from. Go ahead.
verse 18. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics.
Now, who are those people today? They guys like Sarnetta, the conscious community.
Yep.
You notice when they have their meetings, you have one guy that represents this part of Africa. You got another guy that represents that. You got then you got you got Zariak over there. He represents Hebrews, and then you got this group over here.
Right.
And all that is nothing but mass confusion.
The Agora.
Right.
The Agora, the marketplace. Go ahead.
And it says, and counted him, and some said, what will this babbler say? Others some, he seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods,
That's what they said about the Apostle Paul.
Yeah.
because he preached unto them Yahushua and the resurrection. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus.
Areopagus.
You know what that means? Areopagus, it means Mars. What is
Mars
that?
Hill.
Well, Mars Hill in the Roman Latin, but it means Ares Peak.
Ares Peak. Wow.
You know? Which he was a Greek god of war, and the Roman equivalent was Mars.
Ares,
He was
yeah.
a Roman god of war. Gotta know that stuff.
I know it. Yeah.
You gotta know it.
That's it.
That's right.
Go
Hey,
ahead.
that's why they worship the Apostle Paul and Barnabas as Jupiter and Mars, Mercury. You know,
Mercury.
because they were looking at it as the planets coming down in the form of gods.
That's it.
You know.
And the gods, the Greek gods were black.
Yeah.
Black.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. So-called black.
Come.
Go ahead.
Areopagus saying, may we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is, but thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore what these things mean.
Right.
For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time and nothing else, but either to tell or to hear some new thing.
That's what Jake
That's
was
the
into.
black conscious community,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's them.
They got a new thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Setting up a debate about
With
this
all
and
these
that.
different,
Yeah.
it's not going to be a good debate unless you got two opposing views.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they had that set up on 125th, right in front of that mall, they had all them signs there, and them cats would meet and they discuss this and discuss that. That's what you're reading about there.
Then they're having like a big debate with Zariak and this other guy, and you're charging to see it. Well, wait a minute. The debates took place in the Agora. Where's the Agora? It was on the
Marketplace.
outside, man.
Yep.
You didn't pay nobody. You just started having a debate, man. And that's where that in England, we call that where they stand up on the soapboxes. We call that in England.
Oh, damn, Speaker's Corner?
Speaker's Corner.
Yeah,
That goes back to the Greeks, man.
right.
Go ahead.
Yep. And it says, then Paul stood in the midst of Mars Hill and said, ye
So
men
now
of
Mars Hill translates into the Greek Areopagus,
Come.
Mars Hill, or Ares Peak. Go ahead.
ye men of Athens, I perceive.
Now he wasn't talking. Now vocab would say, see, Athens, they're white people. No,
Yeah.
he was talking to so-called black people.
Right.
That were Greeks.
Yeah.
All right. Matter of fact, we were the ones that established the whole Hellenistic system. It was Jake that came up with that.
Con,
man.
con.
Go ahead.
And it says,
So get it right.
Who raised up Alexander the so-called great?
Aristotle.
It was Aristotle.
Was Aristotle?
It was Aristotle. Yeah, Aristotle. And Aristotle taught him Hebrew, man.
Yeah, Alexander had Jakes in his army.
Yeah, Jackson. Well, I know what you're gonna say.
No, Cletus Mellus?
Cletus Mellus.
Yeah. Cletus
Yeah,
Mellus.
which
Playing
was
it
a-
off like you knew you were.
No, I'll be forgetting, man.
No, you didn't.
I'll be
No, you
forgetting.
didn't. Bro. I know you.
No, I did forget.
Trying to play it off.
No, I did forget.
Now I want to make sure.
I'm getting old, brother. I'm getting old, bro.
Read off. Go ahead,
I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious.
Yeah, because Socrates was a Jake too.
Of course, yeah.
We saw pictures of him out in
There was a
Yale.
mural out there in Greece of Socrates and a bunch of wise men. You got the sages,
Yep.
7 sages, Homer, Caesar. I forget all the rest
Yeah,
of them.
I know.
Don't test me and shit. But they were all Jakes.
Yeah.
But what did Esau do? Made him look like crackers, man.
Yep.
That movie with this guy, Troy, that was a story written by Homer. And that was a Jake with a big nose, you know? Go ahead.
And it says, for as I passed by and beheld your devotions, I found an altar with this inscription, to the unknown power,
Yep.
whom
So what does that mean? That they knew that there was a God,
Right.
but they didn't know his name. They didn't know where he was at. They didn't know,
Yep.
they didn't know what he looked like.
Yep.
All right. to the unknown power. Go ahead.
Man.
Whom therefore ye ignorantly worship, him declare I unto you.
So you're saying that unknown power is Yahweh and the Son's name is Yahweh.
He
Go
told
ahead.
them the
That's
name.
heavy,
Let
man.
me break it down to you. Go ahead.
Yahweh that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands,
Can't contain them in the box. Or
right,
building.
that's right.
Go ahead.
neither is worship with men's hands, as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things.
Yeah,
have
like
made-
like he even said, if I was hungry, I would not tell thee.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And have made of one blood all nations of men, for to dwell on all the face of the earth.
Now here comes the Christian. Read that again.
And have made of one blood all nations
See,
of
we're
men.
all the same blood.
Right,
So
right,
we
right.
can all
Yeah,
make
yeah.
it. Well, guess
Yep, yep.
what? Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 8.
Yeah, separated. That's
There's a
right.
separation, man.
Deuteronomy
This is the
32
first
and
supper.
8.
Why did the Most High have a chosen people if everybody's equal?
Got you.
Come on, man.
Deuteronomy 32 and 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam, he
What?
set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
Now in the Apocrypha, it goes into it even more explicit. That's one of the reasons
Now,
why
go
they
into it. Go into it.
Yeah.
What is that? Second Ezra.
second Ezra.
What is that?
Six.
64.
And that's one of the reasons why they took the Apocrypha out of the Bible. Esau couldn't have us reading that. That's why in slavery, if you caught reading the Bible, you were what? You were put to death. If you caught reading, you were whipped. But if you were caught reading
And
the
you know
Bible,
it shows you that the Apocrypha is a serious book that Esau, the academic world, takes seriously. It's printed in fucking Cambridge.
Yeah.
Why would you print a fairy tale book in Cambridge?
that's right.
You know?
Yeah, there's one in Cambridge. There's the other one, Oxford.
The Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford.
Cambridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they have a nerve like when they
It's called Cambridge. in case you don't-
University. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
says Cambridge University Press.
Yeah.
And they're making it as we speaking. They're putting this shit together.
Yeah.
Why? For you niggas? They don't want you niggas. They
No.
want that
Nah.
you niggas don't get this book, man.
For the top elite of Esau,
For the top of the
the new breed.
Yeah, because they wouldn't allow Jake to read, and it was against the law for Jake to read. But then, in the same breath, they wouldn't allow Jake to read, but they will also say, "Well, you illiterate, you stupid," you know.
Yep.
Well, motherfucker, how are you gonna be literate if you don't allow the person to read? If you don't teach them the ABCs and how to read and how to count and all of that?
Yeah, because Esau make fun of us, but they had a head start. In slavery, they had a head start. They
Fucking
treating
makes you
Jake
mad.
like
I'm sorry,
Jake was a
Pastor.
no. You got it. They were treating Jake like Jake was an animal.
Yeah,
Little less better
exactly.
than an animal, and they had a head start. But now they're boasted. We're smarter
But
than.
now they're going to be on the bottom.
Yeah.
And they know they're going to be on the bottom.
They
Not
know.
you average cracker that walks down the street. You know, not Donald J. Trump. He don't know. He's a dummy. He's a low guy on the totem pole, man.
That's right.
We talking about the super elite.
Super
They
elite.
know that they're getting. They know that they got a fucking
they know.
clock and it's ticking.
Ticking, yeah.
The clock is
The clock is ticking.
Yeah, and the time and the hourglass is not on your side. That fucking hourglass is almost out. The greater portion of that time is on the bottom of
And
that
guess who you
motherfucker.
are? In the scheme of things, you're Tinkerbell. And Popeye's gonna get your ass.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
We're not taking out the train.
This
Go
is
ahead, go ahead.
Revelation chapter 1, verse 3.
You always did like Tinker.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein. For the time is at hand.
Time is
Time's
time.
at hand.
Time, but that was good too.
Well,
You know?
that's what they also made the slave Bible, you know, which they took out all the slavery and the getting back at the person that did somebody wrong. They took
You
all
know
of
they
that.
took out Revelation 13, 9, and 10.
Come on.
They took that out.
They took it all out.
Yeah, that was taken
Took
out.
out Isaiah the 60th chapter, Isaiah 61.
Prepare
Yeah.
slaughter for his
Isaiah,
children.
Isaiah
14, 21.
33.
Yep.
Prepare slaughter
They
for
took. They
his
said they took out
Jeremiah 30, was that 30 and
30,
16?
16.
Yep.
Yep.
They took out the whole book of Exodus.
Yep.
Man, them motherfuckers, man, gotta
Well,
pay,
they're the
man.
devil. They're the devil. You know, they're doing what they doing their job. They're doing their job.
They're doing what they're supposed to do.
They're doing what they're supposed to do.
Go ahead.
This is 2nd Ezra 6, verse 56. As
That's
for
it.
the other people which also come of Adam, Thou hast said that they are nothing,
Yep.
but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
That's what the Most High said. That's how he feels about all nations. Oh, what about the nation Israel? The Lord already said that we the apple of his eye.
Well, I get.
You know, the Lord already said that all out of all nations, Israel is the only ones that find favor in his sight. They're the holy people. That's why he chose them through Abraham and gave them the laws to separate them from the other nations.
I got you, brother. Zechariah 2:8.
And even through the Spirit, Jake is keeping the laws. See how many? Notice how many Jake got beards, man.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
full beards.
Yeah.
They don't know why they got beards,
Yeah.
but that's all in the Spirit, man.
Yeah.
It's in the spirit.
A lot of Jakes don't eat pork, you know.
Yeah.
Hey, well, the Lord is setting it up because the kingdom is coming.
Yeah.
You know, back in the days, Jake wasn't rocking in beards like that. Young men, I'm talking about young men with big ass beards. Back in the days, if you had a little beard, women kind of look at you a little funny.
Yeah.
Now they got full ass beards.
Yeah, my so-called son-in-law, he got a fucking full ass beard. He don't know why. If you ask him why he got a beard, he say, hey,
Because Rick Ross wore
Yeah,
it.
yeah, Rick Ross.
I got a precept for you. Zechariah 2:8. For thus saith the Lord of hosts, after the glory have he sent me unto the nations which spoiled you. For he that toucheth you, toucheth the apple of his eye.
Beautiful.
And who is that referring to? The nation of Israel. The nations that spoil us, they touch the apple of the Lord's eye.
And you know what's funny? That it's well documented what they did to Judah in this country. It's well documented what they did to Gad. It's well documented what they did to the
That's why
tribes.
this Texas school district wanted to do away with the textbooks that speak about slavery.
God.
And now they're saying, oh, the blacks immigrants, they came over here to get jobs. And all that.
It's fucking
Slanderer.
Man, you know what, Esau, man?
Slanderer.
You know what, man? You going into slavery, man, according to the scriptures.
Yeah,
That's
man.
why we call you the devil. Slanderer.
Huh?
More slander.
You know, then the people wonder why you get mad. Why you so mad? Why shouldn't I be mad? You know? Why shouldn't I be mad?
We've been lied to. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled.
And then you find out what the truth is,
Right.
and you find out that you've been wronged, but then they tell you why you so mad. Don't get upset. Just deal with it, accept it, forget about it.
How can you accept when you've been wrong? There's a payback.
That's
You
right.
gotta pay, there's a payday, man.
Yeah.
You gotta pay something back. You do all kind of wickedness, and at the end of the deal, everything's good,
Yeah.
huh?
That's fucked up, man.
work
And like
that way.
Apostle Todd, those remember that those so-called Jews, those three triplets, and that so-called Jew family
Oh, yeah.
took them
Oh yeah,
in,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and they
yeah,
lied
yeah,
to them. They
yeah,
Oh,
I was
them
thinking
dudes,
about
yeah,
that. I was thinking about that the other day.
That was
Wow,
fucked up,
wow.
man.
I believe they made that shit up because they were on every talk show, and I used to watch all them talk shows. I don't remember seeing them.
Right,
I
right,
think
right,
they
right.
made that shit up, man. They made that shit up, man.
Yeah.
Well, they are so-called Jews.
Yeah, they
so
also you
Fucking
can't put
rat
that past
bastards,
that,
man.
That's the key word right there.
Go ahead.
You got
we
it.
getting ready to close.
Motherfuckers, man.
Is on slander. So Psalm chapter 50, verse 19.
Yeah.
It
Oh, that's a
reads,
good
Thou
one.
givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue framest deceit.
That's Esau. That's what Esau does. His tongue frameth deceit, full of lies, man. Hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And that's their power. One of their main sources of power is deceit.
Lies, hypocrisy,
You know?
deceit.
And they push it on the people. And what they do is they're not that bright, but they rely on the people to push that fucking bullshit out there for them.
their narrative.
Who's the ones that really push out?
Why do you think they cutting all these YouTube pages with
Yep.
Israel on it, the Israelite thing,
Come.
and we don't even say they be cutting. They'll cut a video,
Yep.
and they cut one video, and I ain't said nothing wrong on it, man. And I went back and disputed. I said, wait a minute, what the fuck?
Yeah, they
tell
don't-
me? And then they'll put it back. But sometimes they'll ignore you, man.
Yep.
You know?
Hey, when my page got cut, I got a warning one day, and the next day my page was gone.
That truth is fucking them up,
I was like,
man.
what the fuck? How the fuck?
I started too on the title saying Esau line wonders. You know, that was funny.
Everything, you know what? Now you know what they're doing. They got actual human people that watch them. They get paid. They get, hey, look, they get paid to watch videos, and you know what's happening to them? They're bugging out. Because they're saying, "Oh shit, what if that's true?"
Well, it's true. Yeah.
My brother did a video on it. He said that a lot of the people who bring down YouTube videos on YouTube or higher, they're believing in the so-called conspiracy.
Oh yeah, that's why they cut it. That's why they cut it, man.
They believe in it.
That's it.
Because the thing about it, truth is truth.
That's right. It's pure.
And
Or
no
we can
matter
do
how,
nothing against the truth, but before
Right.
You
truth.
can't get around the fact that you so-called white people exhibit A
yeah,
to so-called black people exhibit B
Yep.
and beat the shit out of them.
right.
Yeah.
And there's a thing called everybody believes in justice, right?
Yep.
You know, you
Yep.
eating some food and somebody grab it, you want to kick his ass,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Somebody steal your car, you don't say, well, he might need the car.
Nah, you want revenge.
Yeah, you want the fucking car. You want the car back. Plus, you want his ass to get locked up, man.
Yep.
What if he just says, "Well, I'll give you the car back. I'm sorry." No. You
Yeah.
got to get locked up.
right.
Yeah.
That's what you Esau. You Edomite. You Esau.
You
know?
Esau's,
And as
yeah.
an Edomite, there was this one Edomite, a couple of situations where Jake might have killed
That's already-
an Edomite's daughter, and then the Edomite says, "Give me 5 minutes. What? Give me 5
Oh, yeah,
minutes.
yeah, yeah,
with it."
yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
wait a minute. The man said he could forget.
Yeah.
He said, I believe in Jesus now. I found Jesus. And the man said, "Will you forgive me?" No, I don't want your fucking forgiveness, man.
Yeah.
Give me
yeah,
5 minutes
Yep,
with that
yep.
guy.
That's not good
They
enough.
That's
said
how
that-
you Edomites are, man.
And the one dude, he said that to the guy on the train, the Long Island train. What was it? Colin Ferguson.
Yeah,
Colin
yeah,
Ferguson.
yeah,
He's,
yeah.
give me 5 minutes. He had the veins was popping out of the side of his
But
neck.
wait a minute, but he asked for forgiveness. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I know
only
I
good.
I know I killed your beloved daughter, but forgive me. You know?
He said-
But when we do it, there's a fucking problem. You know?
He defended his own self. Colin was wilding, man. Did you see the shooter on the train? Yeah, I saw you on the train. You remember
And you know,
that?
he-
Colin
you
Ferguson.
know, he used to go to he went to the school a couple of times.
Oh yeah, well that's probably why he bugged out. Yo, he was a straight bug out, man. He defended himself. Did you see the shooter? He said, the bitch said, yeah, I saw you on the train.
He said you did not see the shooter because your eyes were closed.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. You got it, brother.
Right, bring that out. We're gonna close it.
Psalms
Colin
50,
Ferguson.
19 and 20. It reads, Thou givest thy mouth to evil, thy tongue framest deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
That's us.
Yep.
That's us.
That's it.
Thou slanderest thy own mother's son.
So that lets you know Esau knows the Most High. He knows the Most High. The top elites do. They know. They know his name is Yahweh and not God or all the other crazy names people give him. They know his name. They know it's Yahweh. You know? You got it, bro.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself,
Right.
but I will reprove thee.
It's
and
starting
set-
now. It's starting now. Esau is being reproved through us. First, he's being exposed, and he's being reproved by the truth we're bringing
Yeah,
out.
we represent the two prophets that tormented them.
Yeah,
Jake.
tormenting
Because
them.
when you look up that word torment, it goes to the Greek word. It doesn't mean to whip them or,
Right.
you know, it means to torment them with words.
With words, yeah.
Done. Yeah.
They're being reproved for us.
And that's
I'm sorry, we're showing them all what they're doing wrong according to the scriptures. Look, you're polluting the
Getting
earth.
Down, man.
yeah, he was getting it. Yeah.
Getting down. Getting
Yeah,
down, man.
look, you're polluting the earth. Look what the Bible says about you destroying, bring out that scripture, destroy them that destroy the earth. Esau's polluting the earth.
Right.
You're making homosexuals out of the people.
Yeah.
You're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. They're being reproved for us, just like what you're reading there, brother.
And that's what the scriptures say, that they shall bring you before the gates of the nobles,
There you go.
because there's going to be a problem. We have a problem. What can we do about this problem? Let's rectify this problem. And that's what the scriptures speak about. They're being brought before the gates of the nobles, because they can't handle this. There's no way to put a cat back on it.
You can't handle the truth.
Yeah.
You want the truth?
Yeah.
You can't. Yes, I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
You can't put a cat back on it. It's already out. The juggernaut's out the box, bitch.
That's it.
It's like a
Hey,
virus.
Luke 21, where it says, men's heart failing them for fear
Yeah.
of those things coming on the earth.
Yeah.
You know what that is? That's the missiles.
Oh, the missiles.
Because
Yeah,
when they
yeah.
see the missiles, they're going to get hot.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
They're going to do the Fred Sanford.
Yeah.
And the chariots.
Elizabeth, I'm coming to show you how these drop dead get hit by a missile.
And the
Yeah.
chariots. And the chariots. They'll see them chariots swoop down, man, and do them maneuvers. They're
Oh, yeah.
gonna, Esau just gonna drop dead, man, seeing them chariots. Yeah, Leviathan
Every-
gonna come
yeah.
out the waters. Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot of things going on,
Yep,
baby.
all at the same time.
Man, I was listening to this guy, Alizé. He was breaking down. We're gonna close. He said, "Oh boy, like
That guy.
And he making up his own breakdowns, man. And he was going into
well, they gotta-
Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, and he was saying how Russia, Gog and Magog is going to attack Israel. You know what he said? He said that America's going to be destroyed, and then we're going to go back to the land of Israel. Then the Russians are going to say, "There goes the Israelites. Let's get them." What the?
Hey, well, they
First,
gotta.
let me say this. When the missiles come, when this destruction comes,
Yeah,
all these kingdoms are going to be destroyed.
that's right.
We're going to be beamed up in these ships.
That's right.
And we're going to come back down
Yeah.
in spiritual power, and we just arresting motherfuckers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're just going to arrest niggas,
that's
right?
what the scriptures say. And
We
it ain't
put-
just
we putting them up against the wall, man.
That's it.
Spread eagle.
yeah. And it ain't just the missiles. What about the chariots? They're coming too.
No, he said after the missiles drop and destroy America, we're going to go back. We back
Well,
in
what
the
about
land
the
of
chariots?
Israel. But then the Russians, let's get them Israelites.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy.
Hey, well, you know what? They still got to address the situation where how did Paul's writings were not inspired by the Most High. They got to address that.
Well,
You
that's
know,
why the
address
scriptures
that.
say. That's why the scripture said, "Child left to himself become willful."
You know?
Guess what? He's making up his own. He's making
He's
up
a
his own
child.
breakdowns, man.
Left to himself, left to
Yep,
his
yep,
own
he's
devices.
making up his own breakdowns.
Yeah.
You got to address that, man. You know,
have- you
you know,
can't
you talking about a man that was inspired, that his writings are prevalent in the New Testament above many. I mean, you had the gospel.
Wait a minute. The minute Yahushua came, it tells you that in Galatians. What was that? Galatians, the first chapter. Go to that real quick. Go right to the point. It said that the Lord came to him directly.
Yeah,
And that's why Peter said that his letters are weighty, man.
Then he called him on black street.
yeah.
He still got
It's like, I mean, come on, man.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
he
the
did.
majority of the New Testament are the letters of the Apostle Paul. So the Most High just, you know what? Yeah, I know this guy ain't right, but I'm just gonna let him put all these letters in there. And everything that you read about the Apostle Paul, when you look at it, it's all about wisdom. It's all about how to
Absolutely.
deal with situations, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes, yeah, he gave his opinion on
Hold
certain things.
Well, first of all, why did the Most High give Paul, if he's going off, why did he give him all them churches to go to? Why did he
corrupt them.
Why did he make him he said he was first of all, he was called an apostle.
Yeah.
Not too many people can call themselves an apostle.
Con.
Yeah.
You know, there's only a handful of people that can call themselves apostles, man.
Yeah.
The
I'm
7
one of them.
churches.
Right. Oh, well, that's what that was. John.
Right.
But what was I gonna say, man? Oh, he said, I am the apostle of the Gentiles, therefore I magnify my office.
Yeah.
So the Most High didn't do nothing?
Yeah, he
He
said-
just said, look, Peter, get the fuck out of the way. I'm
Right.
the fucking man.
Yeah.
I'm the captain now.
I'm the,
I'm the captain of the ship.
I'm the captain now.
But those churches that the Apostle John was speaking about, a lot of those was churches that the Apostle Paul.
You're right,
Yeah.
the churches,
Yeah.
There were the churches of Asia Minor.
Yeah.
And then the sealed the deal with John when he got revelation to
Right.
give to those churches that
Churches.
Paul established.
Yeah.
Right, it tells
Yeah.
you that.
Smyrna.
Paul established them
Yeah.
churches.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not sure it was every last
Right,
one of
so,
them,
yeah.
but
But Paul was dealing with all that.
that
Asia
region,
Minor,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Because you like you said, Apostle, he said he's the apostle of the
He
Gentiles. and
magnified his office. Yeah, he magnified
Right.
his office.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
go ahead.
This
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
Paul. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 6, it says, I have planted, Apollos watered, but the Most High gave the increase.
So he gave. Hold on, how come Paul be going off when he was giving the Most High?
Most High gave the increase.
The whole time.
And the whole time he
He
was
said, from a child I have known the Holy Spirit, which is able to save thy soul.
his
Jose
whole thing
became
was
So
a
what are you saying now? That
Like
Paul ain't gonna make it? Paul ain't gonna make it? Paul is gonna make it.
Yeah.
Man.
No, the only
Only-
one that's gonna make it
He
is
said there's a
Alizé.
crown, there's a crown waiting for me.
Alizé is the only
Yeah,
one that's gonna make
I
it.
have fought the fight. You know, I
Right.
kept the faith. I have kept the faith.
what faith?
There's a crown waiting for me.
Damn.
Alizar is the only one that's gonna make it with that head wrap around his head.
Then it shall be known
can't
who are my
fit with that
chosen.
big ass
Who are the Lord's chosen? The men of Greatmillstone. Starting
it.
from the apostles on down. And we're over High Priest Ariel, we're over Yeshaya, we're over Lahab, we're over Brother Shaw, or High Priest Shaw. We over all of them, man.
Yeah, right
We
now.
over all of them, all right? And you motherfuckers know that, man. But you,
Hey, the Apostle Paul, all he did was reverence and honor and exalt Yahushua and the
but
Most
he was
High.
going off. So he's going on.
That's raw. You can't get more raw than that.
Go ahead.
This
We're
is
gonna close on this.
1 Corinthians
get
4:9.
more.
For I think that the Most High have set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were appointed to death, for we are made a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men.
How we made a spectacle in the world with the YouTube.
Yeah.
That's why you always gonna have scoffers, man.
Oh yeah, because we're respectful.
We can make a video 100% positive, man.
Right.
Hitting all the scriptures perfect, and
Right.
guess what? They'll still talk shit about us.
Because
man.
we're a spectacle. We're a
Yep.
spectacle.
Because it's not about the truth. It's about whatever they deem it is.
Well, they're doing what they're supposed to do.
Huh.
You know what the Peter said? The last day
Scoffers.
you say you're scoffers,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Well, we're supposed to be more hated than loved. Yahushua said, "Blessed are you when all men shall speak evil of you."
Right. Hey, Pastor, you gotta leave.
You gotta get up out of here.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I had to take a shot.
You gotta get at it. You know what time it is?
I'm gonna get that.
It's late.
8:10, man. Well, when it gets warm, we're gonna be out here.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna be out here late.
It was supposed to be really cold today, but it wasn't.
Well, no, when we
I already
parked,
knew.
it was kind of warm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started
Yeah,
getting
it started
cold.
getting cold. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why I'm zipped up.
That's Satan, man.
Yeah, yeah, come on.
Go ahead.
This is Hebrews 12:1.
That's the last scripture. Go ahead.
Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of
That's one of
witnesses,
my favorite scriptures.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
ahead.
let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us,
Go ahead.
Wow.
and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
That's what we do
And what's
now.
the race?
This ministry.
Do the
It's
work.
true,
What
yeah.
we're doing right now.
Yeah.
We're not having cookouts. We're not having jamborees and fucking debates and selling T-shirts and shit.
It's a race.
With the Shield of David on it. All we're doing is out there speaking, man. That's all. What are we known for, man?
Teaching.
Out there
Speaking,
teaching.
teaching,
Yeah.
edifying, exhorting,
Edifying. That's all we know for.
exhorting,
man.
edifying. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's truth. You know, you have obstacles you got to jump over,
Oh,
like
you
a.
saw that? You saw that?
you know,
yeah,
track.
that's what you guys said. Yeah, because when Reese Daniela asked Divine Prospect about the market of beast, I was watching the live comments, and somebody said, "Now watch GMS make 300 videos."
Yeah. I heard you said that in the video.
And
Well, that's
you know
a good
what? I
thing.
took
That's
that
a
as
good thing.
I took that as a compliment.
Compliment, yeah.
It's a compliment.
Because they associate the market of beast and the microchip with GMS.
Yeah.
So when they actually start setting up the chipping station, they're gonna think about GMS,
Right.
and they're gonna try to look where's Tahar and them now. Where that tree at?
Right.
Man? You know,
Because they're going to want to learn.
because they want answers, man.
Yeah.
One answer.
But it's going to be too fucking late. Proverbs, the first chapter. You know, hey, Jake plays, man, too much until it's too fucking late. Then they want to get right.
Yep.
When the Most High get angry and start doing shit, that's when they want to get it together.
Hosea 5:15.
You know, because they don't see shit happening.
Well, a lot of these brothers that set up camps, this is like a entertainment thing for them.
Yeah.
It's like a show. You know, like every Saturday night is that show and shit, like the Apollo.
Yeah.
It's like showtime here at the Apollo for Israelites, man. This ain't no fucking show, man.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you bring this
Deadly
precept
serious.
out, and hit me with that precept. And the Edom might come up
Yeah.
and get that precept and come with that, you know?
Like
Deadly
a-
serious. What we're doing. Deadly
Yeah.
serious.
We might have fun with it, but we're deadly serious.
Deadly
We might be laughing, brother.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're smiling like a baby, but we're biting like a gator.
That's it. Hey, brother, because these prophecies got teeth in them, man.
Oh yeah.
Then they
Oh,
biting.
listen, what did Uther Dragon say? I
Yeah.
mean, what did Uther Dragon say to
Oh, yeah.
Merlin? Man?
Your words
He said, "Your words are cut
harder
Harder than steel.
than steel.
Your words hit me harder than
Your
steel.
words hit me harder than steel."
Yeah.
So let's close on. What we're going to close on?
Hebrews 4:12. Yep.
4:12.
Oh,
Somebody get that. Hebrews 4:12. Because those words hit harder than steel. Cut harder
Well, that's
than
what
steel.
keeping Esau up all night. It was
Well,
them
Esau's
words,
not
man.
sleeping well.
Them words, man.
Esau's not sleeping well, man.
Committing
You can
suicide.
You can fucking swim in Camarel. What do you call that fucking tea?
Chamomile?
Chamomile
You can
tea.
swim in that shit, man. You
Yeah.
can scuba dive in that shit, because that makes you sleep. You
Yeah.
can eat all the turkey sandwiches you want and get all that tryptophan up in you. Your motherfucking ass ain't gonna sleep right, bro.
That's it. That's
You know?
it. That's
Man.
it.
You could take a sedative
You know,
and fucking.
tryptophan is just what's in turkey that makes you go to sleep.
Oh, okay.
Go
could-
ahead.
you could
That's
eat
why
that-
Turkey Day, you eat and then you go to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
okay, yeah.
tryptophan,
Got-
man.
Oh, okay.
What's the other one? The
Dopamine?
no, the thing that makes you sleep at night when your brain secretes it.
Oh, serotonin?
Serotonin
There's
and
another
also,
one. Damn.
Not melanin.
Melatonin.
Melatonin.
Yeah.
Yep.
But serotonin is another one too.
Yeah, melatonin. Yep.
Melatonin.
Yep. You got one more?
Hebrews 4 and 12, right?
Go ahead, get that and we out of here.
This is Hebrews 4 and 12. For the word of the Most High is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
That's why Esau is equating us with being terrorists and shooting people up and all that.
Yeah.
And they're a bunch of demons. And what all we do, we go out there and teach the scripture. We
Yeah.
read the scripture, man.
Yeah, like on 9/11 when they rolled on us in Bridgeport, they rolled on us like there was a fucking army, man. It was like an ocean of cops. You know, they had the bomb squad out there. All we do is teach the scriptures.
Yeah, that word.
And then these Edomites know that this place is going out by fire, man. They know that Babylon the Great is emerged. You know?
Back in 44th and Broadway, they used to come with the horses. Remember, we'd be on the island. They come with they surround us with the horses.
And we got
we're looking at them on
that
the.
ain't nothing but the Romans all over again.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
is Rome all over again. And Esau knows it. The smart ones.
Yeah.
When I say smart, I'm saying you super smart motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, they
You
know.
know?
We got a little taste in Stanford and in New Haven.
Oh yeah, Stanford.
Oh yeah.
Of
We got
that.
surrounded. Yep.
By
got
the cops.
surrounded.
But you know,
But officer, what's his name? Pinkston or whatever.
Pinky.
He kind of had some fear, you know.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
like all nice.
Yeah. Can we
You know,
carry your
'cause he
stuff
kinda-
for you?
He
Yeah.
had his men carry his police officers.
Yeah.
Because he saw something in our eyes, man.
Yeah.
And then we went to the court.
Yep.
The fucking judge was nervous, man. The judge and the prosecutor said, "You guys, we checked out the videos. You guys didn't say you didn't."
They
you
threw
know,
it out.
Yeah, they said you didn't say nothing that was past the First Amendment. You know what I mean, man.
Yeah.
And they were fucking nervous, man. And then we was laughing at the judge.
Yeah.
And then the judge got mad.
He got mad,
Order.
yeah.
Because they was dismissing us one by one.
Yeah.
And we was giggling at that.
Yeah, we're laughing at him. Yeah, that's true.
Yep. Anyway, with that, we out of here, man.
Shalom.
Shalom.